Oh, we're live? Bro, you gotta let me know. You got a microphone. You better say something next time. What? I can't hear you. Speak into the microphone. Oh. Yeah, you gotta make sure you put that out there. Your microphone's not making any noise.
You can hear me, right?
Yeah, a little bit. You can stop the music any fucking time. Jesus Christ.
Hell of an intro.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's about to bust a freestyle.
I'm like, man, is the intro?
Welcome to Make It Make Sense, everybody. We are back. I am your host, Troy Cuthbert, and we've got some lovely ladies with us tonight. Make It Make Sense, a podcast where we discuss dating, relationships, male and female dynamics, so we can come together and make this shit better, because 2023 and the way these relationships is going is absolute trash. Men, we got some shit to work on. Ladies, you guys have a lot of shit to work on. So we can successfully get these relationships back together, and people can start having families again and taking the power back. You know what I'm talking about?
Amen.
And being happy and dutiful. So, without further ado, I want to introduce my co-host. You need to speak into the microphone, bro.
Oh, I thought you was gonna do it. I was waiting for the entrance.
Mr. James Shields.
Yeah, that should be good enough.
All right, that'll work. Then we're going to go around the table, and I need names, age, what you do for work, and current dating status. And we'll start with you.
All right. My name is Bianca. 35. Do not make that ding, ding, ding. Yeah. And I'm a realtor as well as a fraud analyst and married.
Oh, shit.
What up, I'm Bree. I'm 35. I'm an executive project manager, and I'm single, which has never been announced, actually.
Here come the DMs.
Oh, Lord.
I'm Lynn, aka Lynn the Body.
Closer to the mic.
Can you hear me?
Barely.
Is it louder now?
Can you guys hear it right?
Yeah, no one can hear me?
It's pretty low, but,
It is low.
Oh.
but we can hear you.
Can
Is
you?
her mic up?
What about this one?
She's plugged in independently.
I can
Yeah,
hear
see
you.
if that
Hello.
This one's working. Try this one.
This is a better mic?
Yeah, here.
I got more bass with this.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
My name is Lynn, aka Lynn the Body. I'm 30, and I'm single.
She said 30.
I'm PK
She's
Grant.
back.
I'm back. I'm PK Grant. I am 27 years old, and I'm single.
Nice. What do you do for a living? Did you already say that?
I forgot.
I did.
She did.
Okay.
I'm a lash artist, and I'm also an insurance broker.
Nice.
I do a bunch of things. I make money from social media. I make money from modeling. I make money from my brand.
She making money.
Oh, shit.
I make money, yeah. I make money.
Right.
Nice. All right. Let's get this motherfucking show on the road. Let's start with some fun, because I personally wanted to know. What does it take for a man to be attractive from your guys' standpoint? And we'll start with you, PK.
I am attracted to men that are smart, that know things. Like, I don't want to be around a man that I feel like is just dumb and just like not paying attention to things. So a man that's smart, a man that carries himself well.
Okay, now we have sound. Start over.
Okay.
What does it take for a man to be attractive? You left off at he needs to be clean, so wash your ass, fellas. But
He needs to be clean. He needs to be smart. He needs to be good with communication.
He needs to have some money.
He needs to have money.
Money.
Yeah, that's what I'm attracted to.
I really, apologize if I offended anyone.
Go ahead. Ms. Lynn.
I know men are more physical. Women are supposed to be more emotional, but I'm more physical off first top. Like,
So you gotta look good.
yeah, you gotta smell good. Like, your smell really leaves an impression on me because I'm gonna remember you by your smell. So I think that coincides with hygiene.
Yeah, for sure. She said that. That's big.
Yeah.
I think, fellas, we underestimate that one. It's smelling good. Me personally, I don't wear any fucking cologne. I do wear deodorant. I wash my ass, but I don't want
That's a great
perfumes
start.
and chemicals on me personally. But girls like that shit. I mean, so much so that they get upset if they turn around for a good smell for somebody who wasted that. You know what I'm talking about? Like, made her turn around for no goddamn reason, and you over here ugly than a motherfucker. But okay, what does it take for him to be physically attractive?
That's a part of it.
The hygiene.
But also, I don't know. I have a type, so if we
What's your
gonna do
type?
that, then we gonna do it. I like them real dark. I like them with a fade. I like them with a lot of tattoos. I'm from the hood, but I also like you to have something like put together. Like, you have to have confidence. Very masculine. Like, you gotta approach me with confidence because I'm a very confident female. So masculine energy, that shit work for me. Like, can I say I'm wet?
Of course.
Oh. Like, shit like that makes me wet. Pretty teeth. Ugh. I can't even, I can't harp on that enough. I had braces for 5 years. So pearly whites, that's major.
I'm still hung up on the dark skinned nigga with tattoos. With tattoos. I mean, he'll fuck around and lose them. You know what I'm talking about?
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't be like that. Don't be light skinned. Don't do that.
Sound like a soldier character.
It's Bree. Were you done? Keep going. Keep going.
Get it out there.
Keep going.
You
My
single,
bad.
let them know.
Yeah, my
Right.
bad.
I'm trying to what's up after this? Win the body. But if it's not all surface based, I do like an intelligent man that likes to pick my brain. I want to pick his. Entrepreneur, a hustler, hard driven, make me drive harder, make me go harder if we're going more than a surface base. But that all comes with conversation off the top. And that coincides with confidence.
Boy, ain't no wait, boy.
Okay, I can go on forever, so let me stop.
No, you can.
Because I love men. So.
Yeah.
I mean, I think initial attraction is important, but I mean, intellect, someone who's compassionate, caring for others, things that you see even like a quick glimpse of. It doesn't have to be like a full, where it's constantly happening in a day. Like, you see little things here and there. I think that stuff is more attractive. Even if you don't have.
Have you ever had a dream that you had.
What the hell did you just say?
Oh my God. What I'm saying is, you're talking about. Okay.
That was different.
No. Intellect, compassion. Yeah.
Intellect and compassion.
Money.
Okay.
Ambition, hustle, drive.
Yeah.
But
Those are attractive
yeah.
traits. Okay. Miss Bianca.
Well, we're gonna talk about looks first. Definitely someone who looks like they go to the gym. Fitness is important to them because fitness is important to me. Yeah. I eat burgers like 3 times a week. So
Okay.
it's not about that.
So they must
overall health, you know what I'm saying, is definitely important. But I need you to definitely have some drive to be well in yourself, mentally and physically. I feel like, kind of like your show last week or the week before.
Don't be bringing up old shit.
I'm gonna bring up old shit because it's important. Like, when you don't take care of yourself, you can't. There's nothing you can do for me.
So a guy who's self-improvement.
Absolutely, definitely key. And then someone who likes to have intelligent conversations, but also just surface level shit. Because I don't want to always be serious,
Right.
but I know how to be serious. I know how to carry a conversation. So
Okay,
definitely
so what
that's
I'm
important.
gathering, overall, intelligent, handsome, hygiene,
Wait, sense of humor.
Ambition.
If you make me laugh,
Ambition.
yeah, we good.
okay, intelligent,
Confident.
hygiene, ambition, sense of humor, and handsome.
Confident.
And I'm assuming all of them are fit, right?
I mean, I am, so you gotta
You
be.
said fitness.
I don't know. I like slim fit.
You like skinny dudes?
Yeah, like run and catch a ball. Like,
Right.
simple. Like come pick me up, catch me. You know what I'm saying?
Daddy, chill.
Mr. Shields, what does it take for a woman to be attractive?
To be honest, the first thing that comes to mind is feminine. That's the first thing that piques my interest. Because I'm already really masculine. I have a
Close to the mic, brother.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
All right, cool. I'm already masculine and I have a lot of drive. So I'm from Springfield, so we have a lot of Puerto Ricans and stuff like that. When I see a woman who's just as fiery, it turn off to me. I need somebody, a woman who's feminine, because that helps me replenish my goal-getting, driving-oriented mind. And she helps nourish that, and she helps facilitate that. She takes care of the house. And yeah, some woman that's feminine. I like intelligent conversation as well. To be honest with you, it's just that. And there's one thing I can't fake is chemistry. Because she could be feminine, she can be beautiful, and I've encountered this so many times. And on paper, this girl is my ideal, but the chemistry is not there. And she's like checking off. She's checked off like 7 or 8, but the chemistry is not there, and I can't fake that, and I can't force that. So, and I know that's ambiguous saying chemistry, but that's something we really can't quantify anyways. So, but yeah, chemistry has to be there. Plus, with a feminine nature, that's my weakness.
It's real.
You, Troy?
She's got to be pretty.
Oh, why did I put that? Gorgeous. Yes. Something to wake up to and just look at.
Camera angle, Dennison. Fit, feminine, friendly. That's and pretty. It's not difficult as a woman to attract a man. Just existing and not being ugly, rude, or fat. Somebody's gonna holler at you. We don't ask for much. We're not looking for much. What makes a woman attractive to me is someone who is good looking and friendly. I don't need you to be smart. I'm not saying I need you to be dumb, but like all of you said you wanted an intelligent man. I'm assuming you want a man who can teach you things, who can lead you, who can show you how to do things. I'm not looking for a woman who's going to try and do that shit for me. And I don't think a woman who's capable of doing that wants me. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So it's real simple. Just be good looking, be nice, and that's pretty much what makes a woman attractive. I don't need a sense of humor. I need you to think I'm funny, but I rarely find women that can make me laugh. Women aren't very funny.
So a blow up doll.
No, I don't need a blow up doll.
Your levels are heinous.
I don't need a blow up doll. I need a feminine, pretty woman who wants to be a feminine, pretty woman. I'm big on gender roles. Mm-hmm. I think women have roles that they're equipped and better at, and should take that responsibility on. And I think men have duties and abilities that they're better at, and they should take those on. So, I mean, it's if you just want to get into like biblical stuff, like God made Eve for Adam. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a team. It's a yin and yang. You know what I'm saying? We go together. So the easiest way for a woman to be attractive is a woman that accepts that instead of trying to compete with me. So that's what it takes for a woman to be attractive. It's not that damn hard. Women at 18 and before 30, you guys got it made. You don't have to try that hard to find somebody to love you. It's when you hit that wall of 30 and older that if you ain't found nobody, it's going to be a little bit harder because the man that you typically want now has option. So when you're born with value as a woman and you enter your adulthood and everyone wants you, you don't want none of the men your age. You don't want any of the men that can't.
You can grow it.
Yeah, and because a woman needs a man who's already put together. A man will take a woman and put her together.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So you don't want none of the guys your age. The guys who are put together are a little too old for you. So you just want to either chase a career or have your fun and find yourself in your 20s. And then when you're ready to settle down in your 30s, you're looking for the other men in their 30s to be ready to settle down too. But as a man, we're not born with value. No one wants us at 18. No one wants us at 22. No one wants us at 25. Unless you're the rare exception of an athlete who has shit that he can offer. You know what I'm saying? Or some type of entertainer. But it takes time for a man to acquire all of the things that you guys said you found attractive. It takes men time to get that. And when they get that, now they have options. Now women are actually looking at them. And you want them to settle down with you. But it's like, why choose you when I wanted you, you didn't want nothing to do with me? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
I don't agree.
Why? What don't you agree with?
Just with a few things. We'll start with the age. I feel like now that I'm in my 30s, I'm in my prime, more men want me than men that wanted me when I was in my mid-20s. I feel like I've grown into I feel like I've grown into more of a mature, youthful look. It's like I don't look 30, but my mentality is. So I feel like I'm more desirable. But honestly, I've been more desirable to younger men lately, which is weird. But I'm not knocking it because these young, I was about to say niggas.
Go ahead.
Okay. I just want to make sure I can talk how I want.
You can talk how you
These
want.
young niggas is
just
hustling.
Don't say the.
I just feel like.
I'll write them down.
Truckers.
Okay.
I'll write down what you
These
think.
young niggas is
Realtors.
hustling. Like, I feel like they have more ambition than a nigga my age, which is 30. I feel like they get into like a settle age. Either they're already in a career where they're stagnated and they're just a worker and they don't want to go outside of it. They don't want to gamble. They don't want to go into entrepreneurship. They just want to be where they at. Not saying nothing wrong with having a career, because you could be, an engineer, a doctor, a lawyer. So stay within your career path. But I feel like these younger dudes is taking more risks, but they also becoming millionaires. And I've been more attracted, and they've been also more attracted to me, which is odd because now I'm 30.
I mean,
okay.
Is this more of a sexual attraction, or is this men that's actually wanting to date you?
Long term, it's not just to fuck me.
Yeah.
I want to fuck them too because they have stamina.
But okay, now here, but that's the thing. Do you like these men long term? Because everything that you just described when it came to what you find attractive in a man, if those men have that, see, here's the thing. This is what I feel like a lot of women misunderstand: is women have an endless supply of sexual options, but commitment options is a lot smaller. So women get to choose who they sleep with. Men choose who they commit to. So your job as a woman is to keep said man after you fuck him, right? Now, what I mean by that is there may be tons of men interested in you in your 30s, but if ain't nobody trying to take you away from the streets, say you're mine and no one else's, and commit to you, then it's all just smoke. Men say whatever the hell they need to say to get some ass.
I think that's women's fault, because when I see women who get presented with those options, they have so many that they don't lock down with one of the good ones that they have. I think that's our fault.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
Because, but I mean, put yourself in their shoes. If
I would say that they're misconstruing value for desire. I think women don't know how to
separate that.
To define value in a man, and so their values are conflated with desire. So for instance, what I mean by that is they did a study, right, where they're trying to scientifically measure relationship happiness, and all of the things that even me and you list sometimes, but specifically the things that you guys list are in a desire thing, desire category, and they were the least consistent to determine if a relationship would be happy. Does that make sense? So I think there's a big issue with that, is that women are, it's hard for them to define what's value in a relationship or for a man to be in a relationship with. Does it make sense?
Yes, but also, Troy, like you just said, men will say anything. So half the time we're being lied to. And
Come on.
we believe these lies, because we want to. We want to be in a loving relationship, all women, I think. So when we're with somebody that we do want to see a future with and they're saying whatever just to get in our pants and we want to believe these lies, it's hard for us to go from there.
But you get to choose. So check this out. Your choice on men is like shopping or being a interviewer. The man is the one trying to get the job or be the product that you shop. Does that make sense? So it's your choice. You have to be able to vet these men and look past their lies and all these other things. And then once you do sleep with said man, it's your job to keep him. See, women don't even understand, and I don't think most women even know if they've ever been put here. Women friend zone men every day. Let's just be friends. Or we're better off as friends. I don't want to ruin our friendship. Whatever the case may be. Well, men sex only zone women. And what that means is we're fucking, and that's all you're going to be to me. We ain't going nowhere. We may go somewhere here and there. But I'm going to say what needs to be said to continue fucking you, because sex doesn't come as easy for me as it does for you. And I don't want to just not keep sleeping with you because I have consistent sex from you. So you're in a sex only zone and you call that dating. I'm seeing this man. We're talking. We're this, we're that. No, if he's not making you his girlfriend, you are just a placeholder until he finds said girlfriend.
See, I think I'm raw. You feel me? Like, I'm straight to it. You're not going to play with me like that. Like, we could fuck for sure. Let me know. Because I'm not that type of female that's going to be emotional and be crying, be sad. And I understand lies because I lie sometimes too. So I understand that. Sometimes you say things because you're trying to get ahead or you're trying to get in a position that you got to be in. Or that's a good person and you don't want to lose them. Well, this is a good-ass person, but I'm still shopping, so I want to keep them around. I do that too. So it's like, I know the game and how it plays with men. So I feel like that kind of helps me disassociate myself from being played.
You don't get to choose the commitment. You can keep looking. A lot of women are always one foot in and 1 foot out because women want the best man.
I don't really agree to that. Like right now, I can agree what you said with finding yourself, but I'm not really finding myself. It's more me finding my money. Like, I was in a long-term relationship. I was engaged to be married. It just didn't work out. I don't want to share the reasons, but it didn't work out. I committed a lot of my life to him. From adolescence to early adulthood, we were together. So now I decided to work on my money, and that's a choice. There's a lot of men who want to be in a relationship with me, no lie, but I don't want to be in a relationship back.
See, that's what I'm saying, though. They'll say that. But if they're
it's
not
actions, like,
okay, but you're talking about action, like you said. I get straight to it. Well, when a man wants something, he gets straight to it.
Yeah, I know.
So
and I can also reject.
So okay, true. But if he wanted you and you wanted him back, because you're not going to reject a man that you actually want. You're not going to do it, regardless of what money you're looking for. Because the man that you want got the money, and he'll show you how to get it too. He'll show you how to get it too. If that's the man you truly want, you're not rejecting him. There'd be no reason for that. But what I'm saying is the men telling you that they want you that's because that's what men have been trained to do, is to tell women what they want to hear. Women don't
it's
handle
like
the
action
truth
behind
very
it though. Like, you could tell me whatever, but if your words don't match your actions, I know it's all lies.
Sure.
So your actions have to match that.
Then what I'm saying is like then basically what you're telling me is the men that are saying that they want to be with you, you don't want them.
The actions are behind what they're saying for sure. It's just right now, I don't know. I don't want nobody. No real derived reason.
That's a gross exception to the rule. But if you were looking to be with somebody and a man who actually had what you want came by,
I would dive on him because it's the
so that's what I'm saying.
Trash.
You're proving my point. The men who are saying they want to be with you, you don't want them. They're not adequate enough. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I don't think they're not adequate. They come with a lot.
They're not adequate
Someone
enough.
came with a lot recently. I'm not gonna lie, and my mind said, like, it is what it is.
Why?
You're stuck in your.
My mind is set.
Yeah.
Why don't you want to be in a relationship?
Because I've been in a successful relationship that lasted a long time, and I feel like I didn't focus on anything that had to do with me because I'm very old school. I focused on him. I built him. He was not an engineer.
That's what they asked
before
for.
I came around. I support him. We do homework together. I'm gonna feed you. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna hustle. You can't work all them hours.
How long
so
ago
I'm
was
gonna have
this?
a full-time job. It was from my teenage years to my early adulthood. We recently stopped being together. What? 27. We stopped, but we were together from like 18.
So this is your I'm doing me type.
Cause I was with someone for so long.
So this is you like doing yourself right now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, self-improvement.
When you pour
At
into
what
someone
point
for
are
so
you gonna
long,
feel like you're gonna be ready?
I don't know. It's just a feeling. It's not a time. It's like a more of emotion.
See, but the thing
so can I
is
give you just a,
well, hold on. The thing is the man you want ain't waiting for you. That's where women fail. Like that's what I was talking about
I'll
that
find
age
him.
30. I mean, sure, but if I'm talking about actual availability.
Probabilities.
You can, yeah. I'm talking about probabilities, not possibilities. Is it possible to find the 6 foot, 6 figure, 6-pack, big thing, handsome, funny, smart, tattooed, writes poetry but has guns, can fight and can cuddle you, and he only wants you?
Nope.
Sure, it's possible.
Let's get the biblical. Remember that?
Is it probable? Is it probable? Not likely. Because like I said, men have to work extremely hard to become attractive. You guys have a laundry list of things that make a man attractive.
I had 3 things.
Yeah, but
The longer we keep ourselves off the market, it
probability
does make
gets
ourselves-
lower.
yeah, because men value youth, purity, and beauty in women. So the older you get, you're not going to attract more men. You're going to attract more men to sleep with you, sure, but someone who to lock you down, that is going to decrease. Men, as they hit 30 and start gaining the attributes that make them attractive, then they have more options. But as a woman hits 30, their options start to decrease.
He loves that word.
So,
statistically, I don't care because I know God has a man for me, and I'm gonna have him.
Amen.
And I don't care about none of that.
Amen.
Statistics, charts.
But at what point is
pie
it gambling?
charts, nothing.
At what point is it gambling?
It's not. Because I know God has a plan. I trust in God, and I know my man is out there, and I'm going to get him.
Hey,
regardless. And I'm
all
gonna
to
be
it,
happy
all
too.
to it. But I would just say this.
My God.
And my point is not to convince you or for you to think otherwise.
I know.
I'm just gonna put this out there. As a guy who observes, I love women. I actually had a page called Eye Candy Shares. You didn't even know about this. And I promoted models. I had over 1 million followers. I managed a lot of Instagram models on Instagram when it first came out. So beauty is a thing that speaks to me, right? And as a guy who observes what's beautiful and what's pretty and self-reflects off of that to see if there's any bias or anything that's going on, I will tell you this. I'm 31 right now, and when I was young, I was not hypersensitive to women when they were 30s. If you showed me a picture of a girl in her 30s, I wouldn't be able to guess if she was in her 30s, maybe like 28, 29. But now that I'm 31, I can instantly see when a woman is even just in her 30s.
What is it about it that you know?
It's testosterone makes you more visual, and youth is something that is so appealing. And I want to say this for the older women too: is if you're older, wearing like bright colors, pink and blue, makes you appear more youthful, which will make you look more attractive. Because youth is what we're going for, right? Because it's at the end of the day, we have to boil attraction down to procreation, because that's the main or the developing for attraction, right? And youth is something that we know that she's going to be able to bear our kids, and it's something that's so deeply ingrained with us. They're just the same thing as for women is, what more athletic he is, the more healthy he looks, the more taller he is, the more genetically he's going to probably be best to be able to create an offspring with, right? A big part that got me into this podcast is seeing women, I'm going to wrap this up, in their 40s, and they're crying, begging for any man to be able to marry them.
Not crying.
Yeah, yes, there's videos, there's a whole compilation of like 15 minutes of women who are like, fuck man, I'll do my own, I'm going to get my paper, I'm going to get all this and that didn't develop what makes a man attracted to them, because
This boss
men
babe
goes to them.
mentality is having a lot of women in very lonely.
Yes.
Invest in cat food and dog food, guys. Because
So
it's going to be a lot
get
of
your
lonely
money,
bitches.
do what you gotta
Funny
do,
as
but
hell.
just know that your probabilities are going low. And besides, if you're going anything below it at 50%, then technically you're just gambling.
And
If
that
you believe
sounds
faith is gonna help you and get you there,
It
then
ain't
by all
faith,
means.
it's
But
faith.
That's
There's
what
a
he said.
difference.
that's what I said.
Oh, okay. I thought you said faith.
No.
Yeah. My fault. Faith is definitely gonna get me there. Okay. So I don't think that I'm like Heisman nothing. I'm not Heisman nobody. You might be a little right. Maybe I haven't found my match yet. But I'm not hitting the Heisman to no man at all. I know my biological clock is ticking. That's reality. Even though I look good as fuck. But it's happening. You know what I'm saying? It's inevitable.
Yeah, that's what we're saying is niggas die every day, B. Yeah, no, I mean, but that's all I'm saying is don't waste too much time. That's where we're at right now. That's why these podcasts are necessary. That's why these topics and discussions are necessary, because feminism told women to go be a man. Mm-hmm. Like, it's the furthest thing from femininity.
But y'all don't want to be men in the house, so we gotta be kind
what you mean?
Sort of. Not all men provide.
No, for sure.
Yeah. So I mean, that's where that I gotta get my money comes.
Wait, but check this out though. This was a bigger ploy than people want to look into. Mm-hmm. Feminism and the whole go to college and get a degree and all these other things and we're equal and anything a man can do a woman can do in heels, like all that power movement that was
American
there.
Culture.
Yeah,
for
sure.
So
Pete,
mm-hmm.
This is where everyone sleeps and doesn't understand, which is supply and demand. You sold this to women in school, they went out and did it. Now everything has to go up in prices. Because now there's double the amount of consumers.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact.
You could buy a house on a fireman's salary in the 70s, 80s, and 90s because there wasn't just as many women in the workforce competing for the same homes. But since now there's double the amount of people, I'm raising the fucking prices. One of y'all gonna buy it.
and feminism confused men.
And you know what? The thing about it is, I'm not someone who's not feminine. I've been with men who did a lot in the household. Mm-hmm. I was raised by a single father. So I know what his role was supposed to be and how it's supposed to be played for that reason alone. So it has nothing to do with my femininity. My choices right now really is just because I have self-goals that I want to like see out. And I haven't been able to see them out with the partner I had. So more or less it's like trauma, not a lack of femininity.
I feel you, but this isn't just about you and nobody's attacking you.
No, I'm just sharing my story. I don't feel attacked.
I get it. But you know, for instance, you do have masculine traits, mm-hmm. and what we both of us said off top was femininity. Mm-hmm. Women who are overly opinionated, overly aggressive, overly competitive, overly mm-hmm. assertive, don't come off attractive to the type of man that you actually want. A masculine man does not want to date another man. Mm-hmm. So we're not going to deal with a woman who's all in our face. This, and that. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't want that. It might be sexy for an extent, but then I'm going to put you in the sex only zone. But that like as much, the man that you want deals with stress all damn day. The last thing he wants to do is come home to more of it. So that's why I said I wanted a woman to be friendly. And you said blow up doll. And I'm like looking at it like, no, I am dealing with battles so I can provide your lifestyle. That's my job.
Oh, don't be sensitive. Sure. I was joking.
I'm not. But I'm not. And I'm not even talking about me. This is my eye as hypothetical as any man trying to provide. We go out there and deal with everything that the world throws at us, so you can have an easier life. So you don't have to do what I do. Right?
Rare.
So. Right. Well, it's rare now, like I said, because so many women are out here trying to do the same things. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So there's 2 people competing for the same job. There's 2 people competing for the same homes. There's 2 people competing for the same business loans. You know what I mean? There's more people doing it, so it's harder for a man to provide. You see what I'm saying? And now we've got the schools raising our children, plugging them or putting shit in their head that they want them to learn. You see what I'm saying? All of this gender fluidity and all this other bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But that's because the mother's not at home raising her children and instilling family beliefs in them, because it's not as easy for men to provide as it was. Now, that's not absolving men of what we should be doing and how you should be working hard to provide and attract the woman that you actually want. Get the fuck up. Stop being lazy. Go to the gym. Please unplug the fucking video games. Wash your ass. And utilize your fucking time so you can make money. I mean, she just said she makes money in 4 different ways. You know what I mean? From her phone, from Instagram, with a brand. There's too many outlets to make money right now for you to not be able to provide. But
being content with being mediocre.
That's most people, though. That's most people. That's not men or women.
No,
that's most people. Like I used that analogy earlier today. The bulk of people in this country are B and C students. You've got your B plus, A plus, overachievers, people who studied and wanted to learn and wanted to go to college and wanted to create infrastructure. And then you had a few dumbasses who were actual failures who got Fs. But then you had the intentional slackers. And the intentional slackers were people who floated with Ds because they passed tests. They answered questions and participated in class, but they weren't doing homework. You know what I mean? Those people tend to open businesses. Those people tend to hire the A and B students. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But the B's and C's don't say shit. We are in this fucked up situation in this country because B's and C's don't say shit. Think about it. When you were in class and you really didn't understand something and you wanted to ask over and over again, well, how? Well, how? Well, how? Your teacher would answer as many questions as she could before, or he, until they got irritated and were like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Look it up. You look it up. Yeah. Right? So you started, so you started getting in trouble because you're disrupting the flow of class. What did the B and C student do? Hey, bro, shut up so we can get through this. You know what I'm saying? Like they're holding you back from trying to learn. You know what I mean? And those are the people that we're trying to deal with and get them to move, because we can't make any change if they're just gonna follow what everybody is doing. You see what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, don't waste too much time, because 30 isn't what the man that you want is looking for. 35 isn't what the man you want is looking for. And at
might
30,
have to convince him more.
Well, I'm just saying, at 30 alone, 90% of your eggs are gone. If you want children, you're wasting time. 35, it's geriatric pregnancy. If you want children, it's going to be harder for you to do. And then again, for that man that you described, that man that you want, explain to me why he's supposed to pick you over everyone else. Why? If you had to work, put it this way. Here, let's play a fun game. You're 18 years old. You're 18 years old, and nobody likes you. Nobody wants to fuck you. Nobody wants to take you out. And the men of the world are just getting whatever the hell they want, right? So you work your ass off for 5-6 years to make something of yourself. You succeed. You start making some moves. Now people are looking at you, and you're a hot commodity now. Why would you pick somebody who didn't want you and didn't pay you any mind once they're ready to settle down? Why would you do that?
I wouldn't.
Exactly. So why do women expect men to do that? We were ignored in our 20s.
Yeah.
Now that we have what you want us to settle down. We just got to our prime. You see what I'm saying? Women were born with their fucking prime.
Yeah.
Or not their prime, with their value. We just got our value.
I think it's dependent on where you are, because where I grew up, that's not the case at all.
Explain. What do you mean?
Like, you saying men weren't desirable in their early 20s because they haven't gotten to their full potential till what, later 20s or 30s? So what are you saying?
Most men don't reach
their prime?
Yeah, their prime until their mid to late 30s, to be honest.
Okay. Like I said, it just depends on geographically where you are. Because
How so?
where I grew up in Los Angeles. It's a faster lifestyle. there was fucking 17-year-olds dating 30-year-old bitches. So it's like, it just depends on where you are. That's a fact.
Well,
that's because the
I would say
30-year-old
this. I lived in
men-
LA.
That's a fact.
LA, they value beauty over everything. So if
Yeah.
you're a good-looking, athletic dude, you don't even have to be.
It don't matter what age you are. Yeah,
That's
and it don't matter what
LA.
you got for income either.
I would say this.
that's-
I lived in Massachusetts. I lived in Arizona. I lived here. I've been to other states. LA, like on the beauty scale, if you're a handsome guy,
It
they
outweighs
push you up
everything.
there.
Yeah.
More than any other place because it's a model place.
It outweighs
making
everything.
money?
Yeah.
And not making money?
What?
I mean, you
niggas
have
is
to
broke
make
who
money
got
to
a bitch
make
who
a-
got it together. Like
In
a
LA?
nurse
Get
practitioner
out
is
there,
taking
but
care
you
of a
don't need
broke
that
ass
much.
man.
Okay, but
That's
I know
because
situations
older
like that.
women start to desire youthfulness.
I'm not even talking about
men
old. I'm
do.
talking about 27. A bitch 27. That ain't old. Taking care of someone with no income because he's attractive and he pleases her sexually.
That's not it. Let's stop. Everybody stop.
Wow.
That's not an LA thing. That is a.
I'm just basing on where I grew up. I'm gonna give my opinion
Okay.
of where I grew up. I
Well,
don't know nothing else. I never grew up nowhere else.
One of the reasons I wanted to do this again was because of my experience. I've been fat. I've been broke. I've been homeless, and through all of that, bitches never stopped.
Right, they don't stop.
I'm 6'4". I'm
They don't
handsome,
stop.
and I've had women. I've dropped women off at work and drove her car
I'm
all
already
damn
knowing.
day. Okay, so that ain't got shit to do with it.
Were they
Well,
cute? Were you actually attracted to them?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay.
It doesn't
Absolutely.
matter.
I-
Troy,
that
at the
is-
same breath, that's the reason why I'm saying that. I've been here for like 6 years, and the type of women I'm getting, I don't know how much women. I was still focused, but when I went to LA for like 3 or 4 months, always had my haircut. I bagged like 9. I had more women in those 3 months than I've had
You gonna
like
get a bitch for
years.
sure.
Well, I mean,
out
that's
there.
just on numbers.
It's just
There's a
the
lot more
value
people
looks.
there.
No,
There's
it's
a
not
lot
even
more
that.
people
It's
there.
the value looks. If you look good, they're gonna give you that look. Like, does that make sense? Like, they're gonna want to.
I'm not absolving that. What I'm trying to tell you is
At
good-looking
5'6"
men.
too.
Good,
I'm short. That's why.
Good-looking men.
So, you know.
Good-looking
Yeah.
men are good-looking anywhere, and women are animal natured too. If they want to fuck, they will fuck.
And we'll take care of you.
Yeah,
And
and
your bum
so that's what I'm saying. But
They're nurturers.
the point that you're missing is that man is still creating some value. Okay, he's good looking and he's dicking you right.
That's true.
He
So
brings
that's value
companionship.
enough.
That's true.
That's
He brings
value and
companionship.
and the companionship. That's value enough for you to say. And there ain't no man that's really handsome and meeting your requirements that doesn't have potential to do better. There isn't one. I don't know extremely handsome men who are just absolute failures without. I mean,
So
don't
it
get me
looks-
wrong. They're not saying that they're all going to be successful.
Okay.
But it's easier to see that this person has potential because you can be handsome, but most of those handsome dudes also got mouthpieces. You know what I'm saying? They're persuasive. They're, all of these things. So if you see those traits, you're like, well, shit, if you can, I know you ain't got a job and you just pulled this pussy from me.
Womanizers is what they're called.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure you can swindle your way into a good job too. You know what I'm saying?
Not if you working for the pussy only. That's paying bills.
Right, but the point is,
I'm not paying bills. I mean, that's what women do. We don't worship for being taken care of.
And
so
the men do
why
that same
would-
shit.
Yeah, and why would a man? Why would we?
not
worship
at the same level.
I got a lot of brothers.
It's not.
Listen.
It's not in women's nature to take care of men, especially long
be
term.
surprised.
And I
Long
don't-
term. See, what you're missing is long term. Those nurse practitioners was fucking that dude for a while, but as soon as Lil Ray Ray don't get a motherfucking job, you
Why
gotta
you
go.
gotta be Lil Ray Ray?
I don't know because
What if his name is like Christopher?
Okay, Lil Chris.
Vincent the third.
Little Bobby.
The name is irrelevant. The point is women have I would say 3 to 9 month span of putting up with someone bringing in no income.
Thank you.
Okay, that is the longest that dick
I
can
don't
get
know,
by.
baby. I don't know. I
Doesn't mean another
I done
bitch won't
seen
do
some
it.
real track stars out here like two running over hurdles for a bitch. Still got the bitch.
Yeah, sure.
400s, running to 400.
Not for long. They're not together.
And that's not the general consensus either.
Yeah, and that's not
It's
and exceptions don't make the rule. You see what I'm saying? You're talking about left-handed people. You see what I'm saying? They
I like
exist.
left-handed
Sure,
people.
I do too. There's nothing wrong with them. They exist. But scissors aren't just in abundance in left hand. You see what
Bye.
I'm
That's
saying?
when I pull the mic away.
Oh, that's all I'm saying. Like, we can't talk about the exceptions because the exceptions don't make the rule. How did we get here?
We just been.
That's why when you wrote down all those topics, I was like, are you sure?
Yeah. Well, I only wrote down, it's really 3. I just have terrible handwriting.
Excuse me.
We're still on what makes a man attractive. All right, who takes cheating / breakups harder, men or women?
Men.
We'll start with you.
Men.
Oh man.
Like period.
Why?
No, we'll get to why after.
Okay.
I'm just speaking for me. It's been me every time, so I take it hard. So women.
Men.
Men for sure.
Yeah, I agree, man. Curious though, were you the one breaking up with them?
Yeah.
And you took it hard? So you left him and took it hard?
Well, I think it's just me, and I don't want to hurt anybody, but yeah, so I think that's why.
You got to get on your big shine,
Nice
man.
hard.
But
Yes,
what's
I
in the
took an
situation,
L,
the
but
man
in
is
that I
taking it
bounced
hard.
back.
So sweet. I need to have all your sweetness.
Thank you.
You guys are confused. She's crying, but you're breaking up with me.
So sweet.
It looks like you are.
I'm so sorry, but I don't love you
She's
anymore.
so kind-hearted.
Stop it.
I really don't
Get
want
some
to.
help.
I don't. I love you so much, but it's
it.
not working.
Get the fuck out, but
He's so kind.
Why do you think men take it harder?
I think it's a blow to the ego, especially if you're someone who is either high earning or high value, because sometimes they're totally separate. And so it's like, what you mean you don't want me? Like, you know what I mean? And so it becomes this combative inner, like, you guys then just, y'all get evil. We like bust out a window, but like, y'all just get just nasty. Like,
What you mean?
y'all leave us homeless if you could. Like, it's funny because a lot of people think that, women get alimony when they leave, and less than 15% of people who leave actually get alimony. So it's not even a big percent of women who are taking dudes' money when we leave. And so that's why it is important for, yes, us to remain in our femininity, but also have drive to want for ourselves. Because let's be real, especially when relationships are more than 50% divorced, you don't want to be left with nothing, or now spending 10 years that a man got to build to now build yourself. Now you're 40,
Come on.
can't get a man again.
Come on.
I would have to say this. I have to interject right quick.
Okay.
Because if 80% of women are divorcing men, and in marriage, it's a contract that says, till death do us part, why do you need to have that?
What part?
Like, you don't need to still have a drive because
Yeah.
you're there for your man till death do you part,
I think
right?
it's a moral compass
So-
biblical thing.
The drive is because everybody should have purpose. Just because one of my purposes is to please and serve my man, that doesn't mean that I now don't have a purpose to also serve people. And so that's why when some people are
Amen.
like, women are career driven, no, we're purpose driven, and that's why we're not engineers. We don't give a fuck about building nothing. We want to take care of the sick. And
For sure,
so,
and I'm just I'm just
Yeah.
contesting the alimony part.
That's real.
You mentioned specifically,
No, that's
you mentioned
super
that
real.
women are only getting 15% in the alimony. Therefore, women should continue pursuing getting a job and stuff like that. And I'm just saying,
Yeah.
if 80% of divorces are women, and
Initiate
in context it
70,
says till
80%.
death do you should do apart, they shouldn't be looking for alimony. They shouldn't be care about that
I don't
because
think
it
you
should be till.
I would never.
I think guys are more loyal.
Yeah.
Because guys are willing to ride to the end.
No, you guys are willing to be complacent
Yes.
and cheat.
There we go.
Yeah, loyal. I
You're
don't know if
willing,
that's the
you
word.
guys, the
There we
reason
go.
why you're willing to be to the end is because you then convince us to allow you to have other women.
Your cake and eat it too.
Hold on. Hold on.
He don't like that. He don't like that.
Relationship,
He don't like
Troy.
that.
Hold the fuck on.
She's speaking
With a
big
whistle?
facts.
Yeah,
Yes.
you are.
Like he said,
All capital letters.
like he said, 70 to 80% of divorces are initiated by women, which just throw the whole fucking vows out the window.
God.
And here's the biggest problem is, what benefit do men get from marriage that they don't get from a girlfriend, especially today? Because if till death do us part don't mean shit, if for better or worse doesn't mean shit for us, if for richer or poorer doesn't mean shit,
Yeah.
what's the point of getting married?
Because it
women, no,
doesn't-
stop, let me finish.
Go ahead.
Because women want to get married.
Yeah.
That is a woman's dream. No man's growing up thinking about his goddamn wedding day. Okay? We don't care. Matter of fact, most of the time when men hear about one of their boys getting married, like, damn, for real? You know what I'm saying? But when women say I'm getting married, like, oh, girl, good, congratulations on that other shit. Men are looking at it like, oh shit, he ain't for the streets no more. He's gonna get fat. All these other things. men don't leave but for 2 reasons. You're an insufferable bitch, or you fucked somebody else.
What?
Those are the 2 reasons men leave women.
You're right, though, Loki.
That if you
I had to think
complain too goddamn much,
Yeah.
if you are the biggest source of my stress, then I'm out. If you fuck somebody else, then I'm out.
But why are you guys
Okay.
allowed to have sex with someone else and not us?
Because we don't fuck the same. You won't sleep with somebody you don't like. You get to choose who you do it with as well.
And women need an emotional connection.
And not even do you get to choose who you do it with, you have to put 0 effort in to get it.
This is too much right now.
No, think about it. Think
My
about
brain's
it.
about to explode.
Okay, think about it. Listen, if you wanted some dick right now, all you gotta do is hop on your phone and text somebody. You trying to come over? You got at least 10. I'm on my ways.
And men.
Yeah,
No,
y'all
we
got
don't.
hoes too.
No, we
Men,
don't.
what the
Why
fuck
would
they
you
No,
do that?
we
That
don't.
shit
Hold
like-
on. Even the most attractive men get shot down. We may be able to persuade some women here and there, but not all women are going to drop what they're doing to come get some dick.
I feel like a lot of women have became the new generation of thirsty niggas. Like, women are hopping in DMs. Women are setting shit up to where
No, they're
there's no
not.
bound. Yes, what? I've seen with my own eyes. Like, women are hopping in DMs wanting dick. I've seen that shit with my own eyeballs.
Well, then you need to
Like,
stop hanging out
my
with
own
whores.
eyes. No. I'm not talking about the bitch sent it. I'm talking about shit a nigga done showed me. What? It ain't the bitch.
This is in LA. Yeah?
No, it ain't. It's
Where's
in
this at?
Phoenix.
Oh, Phoenix.
And bitches are hopping in DMs talking about some, ooh, like, I want to
Bad
fuck you so
bitches?
good. They're
Why
decent.
the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
They're decent. I wouldn't say bad, but they're decent.
I
Okay,
would
and
say
then
that's
who are
probably
these
just
men
few
showing you these
compared
things?
to a lot.
Because
These are just like friends. These aren't men that I'm dating. These are just like
okay.
homeboys.
Okay, are these homeboys successful, handsome, got money, got things going for them?
Yeah, we're talking like electrician engineer, for example. Like
Okay.
he's an electrician.
Sure. Then those men may have a few more options.
But he's not promoting his career on there, and that's just like a thirsty slide. It wasn't a bitch that really like
Then
wholeheartedly knew.
then
his
he
get
has
down.
to be really handsome because women are
He
not.
is.
All right then. There you go. All right then, because
But bitches is hopping in DMs.
sure,
My point.
don't get me wrong, that happens for a very small percentage of
He is
men.
good looking. 35 and desperate. He is good looking. No, she a young bitch doing it. Cause he a young nigga. So, yeah. I'm just telling you, this is his life situation.
But the whole cheating thing and the reason men do that is because sex does not come easy to us. You guys get to pick and choose who you want and when you want sex. From who you want. Look, if this is the biggest difference. I shoot 100 shots, 3 may go in. You shoot 100 shots, 97 of them are going in.
I agree with that.
Okay? That being said, it's different for you to cheat than it is for me because I have to relieve this woman's anxiety and make her comfortable enough and also arouse her and be attractive to her and provide some type of value for her to open her legs for me. You simply need to invite dick in. Period.
Do you think it's worse because we literally have to invite dick in? Like, dude.
Yes. A key that
The whole body has been designed to keep shit out.
right?
A guy's going in.
A key that opens up many locks is a master key. A lock that opens to any key is a shitty lock.
I just had to ask.
You know? Yeah, so
Okay.
it's very different. You guys shoot your shots, they go in. We shoot our shots and we get rejected. I mean, you guys reject dudes every day.
This is a fact.
Every day. So, of course, cheating's not the same for us. Because we get told no way more often.
It does not make it right. But can I revisit her? I feel like I had a psychiatrist moment. Can we like rediscuss?
Let's do it.
I felt. Let me breathe. I felt when you said the whole thing of us nesting our money because sometimes we can't really be prepared for the inevitable, which may be a divorce. We don't gear our life towards that. We don't want that at all. But we're nesting our money. And I think I'm stuck in my low-key nest because the person I was with was a very good provider. So when we shut it down, I had to re-hustle. And I almost had to reprogram myself to hustle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why I was like, it's okay to aim towards your goals and want to make your money, but still be willing to be open to having someone come in because you never know when that right opportunity is. and just life in general is knocking on our door. You know what I mean? So if it's eventually a goal you want, there's no reason to not be open if the majority of your life is set in stone, but you have this one thing. Because there's one thing I know, especially with a 10-year marriage, is the money keeps flowing. We're past 6 figures as a couple, as a unit, and that's just the bare minimum of what we both want to make, just in general. Amen. And it's not even a money thing for us. It's the way we want to provide for society. It just requires it. I want to own nothing but property that,
as you should,
you know what I mean, that is low income, because no one's providing for low income. So it's one of those things where, like, my goals aren't driven because I like materials. They're driven because of what I want to provide for other people. And sometimes people are knocking women for, oh, you're career driven. Like I said, no, women are purpose driven, and sometimes that leads into a career that got you out the house 50 hours. You know, you don't want it, but it's just welcome to America. I think we have it the worst.
Yeah. Whoa.
I have a question.
The worst as far as how our work structure is built. Like, a lot of countries don't work 40 plus hours.
Oh, for sure. No, America's a fucking shit
that's
show.
what I mean by
but,
that. Yeah.
I mean, where's the purpose in being a wife? Where's the purpose in being a mother? Where's the purpose?
You can do both.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, like you could this is the biggest problem, is men today are working 10 times harder to get a woman that's 10 times worse than their grandma was. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that might be the issue. Stop working and get a woman. She'll come.
No, she won't. Not for most men. Your guys' requirements are insane.
Yeah.
And the attention that you get on Instagram validates those requirements. You see what I'm saying? Because you got a blue check or an athlete hopping in your DMs, you think that that's the kind of guy that you're supposed to be with. And he's just going to fuck you and move the fuck on. When really, the guy you need to be is probably closer to your fucking dad, somebody who works a normal goddamn job and is normal height and normal looking.
We gotta lower our expectations, because they're not real in today's society.
Yes, for sure. I think the dollar's being inflated, and women's idea of where their value is inflated too.
It's because it's going with the money. Now Gucci bag that was $1,000 is now $3,000. So butter up, boy. You ready to get some more money? So that's where it's like, a man has to also say, what is my worth? Like, I'm not trying to be some bitches, no offense, ladies. I'm not trying to be your pocket. And so that's where it is interesting when men say that they don't need much, because, once again, I'm not a man, but I'm not just paying your way. So you definitely would have to provide at home if you're sitting at home. I'm not getting a maid for you to also be at home. 100%. That's weird.
That's a fact.
Yeah, I mean, a maid is a little outrageous, but again,
you see that a lot though with these women.
True,
like, they're taking care.
I don't cook, I don't clean,
yeah,
all
like,
that
what
other
is
bullshit.
that?
No, that's a simp beta male, and she's gonna run all over him, and it's not gonna last.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, again, that's what I was talking about when it comes to what a woman is bringing to a man's table. I will use me as an example. There ain't shit that a woman can do for me that I can't do for myself and or outsource. I have the money to hire a maid. I can cook better than my mother. So,
it's bold.
Outside, it's not. It's fucking true. It's fucking true.
That's bold.
I ain't say grandma, but you know what I'm saying. But I've yet to meet a woman that can outcook me. Not saying that they don't exist. I just ain't met the bitch. And not saying that my woman can't cook. She can, but the point is I can cook. I can clean. You know what? I know how to fold and do laundry. I'm very good with that. All right. And on top of that, I'm very fucking handy, as you can see.
Oh, you set this up yourself.
I did everything in this house you look at.
Wait a minute.
Again, so yeah. So there's nothing that I can't get outside of sex that I can't outsource or do on my damn own.
Including sex. You can outsource that.
Right? Shit.
You got 2 hands.
Yeah. She grip tighter than most of y'all.
That's why y'all be getting soft when you enter.
But
She's so bad.
Anyway, no, but the point I'm trying to make is again, you want that man. What is going to separate you from the rest of the women that he has to choose from? You see what I'm saying? That's why my relationship is set up different. That's why I can see other people. That's why, we get down like that. It helps that she likes women too. But
Could you be with a woman if that was not something she was okay with, allowing you to be with other women?
Well, that's why he
not.
sought that out.
Okay.
That's why he sought that out.
Absolutely not.
That's
What,
what he
again,
wants.
what would be the point?
Yeah.
What would be the point? There's no reason for me to get married, and there's nothing that you can do that I can't get on my own because I don't have any problem acquiring sex being a single man. And it would be easier if I lived here and she wasn't here. Bitches would be running through this motherfucker all the time. That pool table would be filthy.
Stop it.
I have a question for you.
What?
I'm trying to make sure it stays in my brain before I forget. You mentioned that these modern day hoes ain't shit comparison to our grannies. Mm-hmm. What did your granny do for her occupation, or what did she do? She was just a homemaker?
Yeah. But mine's a bad example.
Damn.
They split up. I don't know a whole lot about my grandparents and their relationship, but my grandma's was by herself for a long time. But she just worked. She wasn't a career woman. She just worked to put food on the table.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I have a question too, because you got from like a man's perspective, how you say, you know, you don't want a woman who's masculine and chasing her career and like out here just focusing on herself.
We didn't say don't chase your career. We're saying don't make that the priority when you meet a man that you want, because you can't have both. Okay. You can have a career. You can have a career, but that can't be your main priority because that man's not going to feel appreciated.
So are you saying once you meet the man that you want, give your career up?
No.
Not necessarily. But would you give your career up for the man that you want for a ring and some children?
Providing 100%
That's what I'm saying.
for everything that I wanted, yes.
If he could give you the lifestyle that you wanted, would you give that up for a ring and being a mother?
Yes.
So that's what I'm saying. Now, here's the thing. This is where I think, and this is more or less where you're at now. Mm-hmm. Use your 20s to find said man, get in a relationship, start your family, let those kids get old enough to be self-sufficient, then go focus on your
I waited
purpose.
till mine was 5. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then go focus on your purpose. Your brand can still be a thing once your kids are self-sufficient, can pour their own damn cereal, can get home from the bus stop and get in the house themselves. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
hi mom on the radio.
And I think they don't show the value of a mom being at home, right? It's like you're literally distilling the new mindset of the generation.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
You know what I mean? It's just like that's not even talked about as
the Quest bar.
That's a great purpose.
I believe it's a Quest protein bar. That was made by a group of stay-at-home mothers. You know what I'm saying? It's worth billions of dollars now.
Yeah.
Because they used their time and freedom to have crafts and hobbies. And things that they like to do because their man was providing. So if you find a man that provides, you have all the room in the world to become the baddest bitch you want.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I don't know any woman in my social group or my friend group that'll be opposed to being a homemaker if their man's providing.
Like, the issue is no providing.
That's the dream.
I would say most women would choose that.
Yeah.
Most women would choose that. And that's what I was talking about when you were saying about those women taking care of those men. That's just because that was what she could get. But if somebody came through and said, "Bitch, you ain't gonna be a nurse practitioner," and I got you, you think that young dude with the fly handsome dude had a chance?
That's a lot to compete with because them bitches making good money, so he gotta really step.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I'm talking about like somebody who can actually change your life financially.
She just now be a part-time nurse. Just visit old people.
Yeah, on the weekend.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing. That's always been the best men throughout history of men.
Providers.
Kings had multiple bitches.
Okay.
Everybody in the Bible had multiple bitches.
Okay.
Most men can't afford one bitch, so they're not getting multiple bitches.
Well, I'm talking about the ones that can. I'm talking about the ones that can. If you're gonna have these unrealistic ass expectations of the type of man you want, just understand you're gonna have to share them. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. That's always been the case. The best man had harems of women. Only 40% of men have procreated throughout history. 80% of women have. That means 2 to 1, man to female.
If you think, I mean, obviously you think that's normal. That's your lifestyle.
That's been normal.
Right.
America made it taboo. Polygamy has always been a thing throughout every country, every religion. every tribe.
But those
it's
women also
more-
don't have choice when you really kind of break down their
dictatorship.
culture. It's a dictatorship. And I mean, that's just.
Wait, what? You're gonna have to explain
Yeah,
that.
what are you
China
Women have
dictatorship.
ultimate choice. Women. So if you look at, again, I like to boil it down to
Arranged
biology.
marriages, no choice in a woman.
If you look at anywhere
That's
in
not a majority
nature,
of the
guys
cultures.
battle it out, life to death, and women get to sit around and be like, you. After all
Shit,
the
I
women
want some
that
medieval
died.
shit going
women
on right
just
now.
sit at the
then.
finish
That's
line
true.
and wait
I
for
want
the
some
winners.
medieval time shit.
Yeah, I want that one. That's
Women
what
just
they
sit
do.
at the finish line and wait
You
for the
guys
winners.
are the one that's
you guys
creating
aren't
the
playing in
criteria.
the race. You just at the finish line waiting for the fucking guys who won. Oh,
So
somebody.
have 17 wives only because I can sit on my pretty ass and watch you battle it out. So now I have to accept 17 wives.
Shit, I don't know. Paper towels.
Oh shoot! What? A little intermission.
No, we're good. I just spilled my fucking drink. I need a towel. I spilled.
real
You guys
life
keep
things
talking.
happen. About real life things.
The audio is going.
Sex is just different between men and women. And again, I just bring it by the biology. Women bond, and if they have a kid, then it takes 9 months for them to be able to have sex again, right?
Yeah, bring a
But
child.
this is
to
why
Bring
I
a child
get-
into
It's
for
not
a
9
while,
months,
guys can
it's
keep reproducing.
Yeah,
It's
men
been
can
more for
reproduce till they
guys.
die.
Yeah, guys are made to reproduce. So if we just bring it down to that, I'm not saying if it's fair or not. I think everybody has their own criteria. And if a guy can set that criteria and be like, hey, if you want to be with me, then you're gonna have to accept this. And if you and if you believe that he is a high value man, then you're gonna agree to his terms. You either jump on his ship or you just don't. So I think a guy who has to work on himself, and I think women really don't understand how much work that a guy has to put in himself.
Cause y'all don't want us to work on ourselves.
No,
Y'all
it's not
want
that.
to-
No, it's not. It's not about you guys not working on yourself. It's just like it takes a lot of work, and I'm not complaining because I like the fact that we have to develop value. It's a lot of work. It keeps us mission oriented and having a purpose. But not only do we have to look good, we have to be fit. We have to be able to talk to you right. We have to develop some type of competence and intelligence so that you guys can be like, yeah, that's a leader. We have to develop financial resources in order to get women, right? While you guys can just be able to sit around and be pretty and just be like, okay, I want him. And I'm not complaining about that. All to the merrier to you guys. But if you had to develop all those different attributes and characteristics in yourself to be able to be
Just
seen
to
as
acquire
valuable as a woman, why would you just be like, okay, now that I developed all of this criteria, I'm gonna settle down for one woman?
Yeah, I'm gonna pick you.
There might be a religious guy who might do that. That's for sure. May have a spiritual inclination of why he should be able to sit down for one woman. But at the end of the day, I don't even believe that women would want to do that. And they don't. That's why they have like side niggas. That's why they saying that a lot, right? It's because they have a lot of opportunities.
This generation, we cannot quote them because they're savages.
But you get what I mean, right? Yeah, I know. They don't care about relationships.
You
Savage.
talked about left hand, then the left-handed girl.
Yeah. Savage.
But you get what I'm saying, though, right? Yeah. So if you were in a man's position, you would set that same criteria in a
No,
way,
baby,
wouldn't
no.
you? Why not?
I feel like every relationship is
It's
unique,
different, like I said
and it
that,
can be
yeah.
unique. Whatever criteria you have set with your spouse, that's your choice,
Mm-hmm.
and also mine. I don't want my nigga touching no bitch. I'll break her neck and his neck too. So that's my choice.
Yeah, that's fine. But what I'm telling you is the man that you want, you don't have say in how he moves because you're more replaceable than he is. For
Well-
instance, next topic.
Wait, I have a question before we get into the next one. The high value man that we're looking for, I want to know location. Where is he at?
They're all over.
Not in
They're all
Arizona.
over this,
They're all over the place. But here's the problem: is majority of them are over 40. Majority of them are overweight. Majority of them are married. At least when you're talking about income. And then if you're talking about all the other things, that nigga just doesn't really exist. You know what I'm saying? Like he's less than 1%, especially if you want a black man. Depending
I don't
on
care about race.
depending on what you're willing to let go of, the odds of him being available are very, very, very slim. Now, for instance, we're gonna go around the table. Hold on, we're gonna go around the table.
You just said he had to share.
Huh?
You just said he had to share. He was sharing.
Yeah, he's sharing. They're all over the place. They're sharing. They may not have the same type of arrangement I have, but they may have an arrangement where his woman is just on a don't ask, don't tell type of situation.
So you feel like
because
all men
women
are
know
cheating?
that.
No, there's no faithful men out here.
No, I didn't say that at all. I am
like
talking about that high value man, that man that has everything that you want. He has ample options and he's gonna exercise it.
I just want to know where he's at.
And I mean,
She's kind of looking.
Like what restaurant,
pull up.
what like activity is he doing that I can
Bourbon and bones.
you know where you're gonna find him? Holding another woman's hand.
she's silly.
Life is a competition.
I like that. Yes,
Life
yes,
is a competition. That man that you want, trust me, some woman saw what he had to offer.
And then what?
And scooped his ass up. You gotta be Alicia Keys. That's what you gotta do. You gotta get your Alicia Keys on. Mashonda had Swiss locked up. They was married. And Alicia came and was like, nah, bitch, I'm better than you. Okay? Now, here, let's just make this simple. Are there more attractive men or are there more attractive women? And we'll start with you.
More attractive women.
Women.
I feel like both because one, men are naturally beautiful, and two, women because now we can, or not now, we've always been able to do this, but it's like women are doing more things to make themselves beautiful now.
They can enhance it.
Yeah. So I feel like there's beautiful women everywhere.
You think majority of men are naturally beautiful?
Them niggas got fake beards, fake hair.
Oh, you're right.
And they have enhancements.
You're right. Okay, there's more beautiful
Make
women.
happen.
This ain't even me.
There's more beautiful women.
All right.
He like, I got a wig on.
This is a lace front.
Do-rag, tash, hat.
Feet-ins.
Man, these dreads come off with this hat.
That's a fact.
He's a barber. He knows.
He knows.
I don't be doing fake beards. I'll enhance the beard. But yeah. But no. I mean, it's not the same. There's way more attractive women than men. Most men are not attractive. Most men aren't even clean.
I feel like women, I feel like me personally, like your first question, you know, like what does it take a man to be attractive? I know I have weird taste in men, and I know that I find
Describe weird taste. I'm interested, please.
my
She's
God.
all over the spectrum.
Make us
Live,
trigger.
describe weird taste.
If you look at all of my exes, you might be concerned. like I don't have a type. I just find something weird within somebody that I'm like.
Like a trait or physical?
Yeah.
Physical trait or a characteristic or something?
Probably characteristic.
Okay, so you're attracted
I
to
don't
that more.
ugly people, physically ugly, but I think I do find something weird in somebody that makes me attracted to them. And so, where was I going with this?
Stop it.
I do feel like women are lenient on looks compared to men.
Way more
for
than
sure.
Way
Oh,
more.
100%.
People like, he don't look good, but he makes me emotionally feel better. So it's like,
but
they're
that's
willing to deal
that's
with
because
that.
that's because he's checking a whole lot of other boxes.
lists, yeah.
For instance, I'm not fat anymore, but I'm damn sure not in the shape
But
that I
you
want to be. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I got
280?
a little
Really,
size
nigga?
on me, but I'm definitely not shirtless ready. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't matter to most women because all they see is a 6'4" man who's massive that can toss them around. That's just an attractive trait to most women. But the reason I asked if there's more attractive women than there are attractive men, that just goes to further prove my point. You guys understand it. There's more of you to go around than there are of the men that you want. So you either have to drastically separate yourself from these other women with being reasonable or being friendly or being valuable to him. You see what I'm saying? Making what he does easier. Those are the things that are gonna have him give you everything that he's worked his ass off to create. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Is making everything that he does easier to do. You see what I'm saying? So for instance, again, I don't like doing it, but I'll use me as a situation. I don't have to clean this house. I don't have to cook my meals. You know what I mean? I don't have to do those things. She handles that because I handle everything else. Jessica. So
What's her name?
that's nobody's business.
Oh, my bad.
Got her on your page.
But yeah, she makes what I do easier. I come home and I get to hug my kids. I get to sit down for a minute and decompress instead of being handed a laundry list of shit to do. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that I appreciate and that's something that I value. She's made herself irreplaceable. Also, again, different situation than most people. But if given the choice, most men would love my position where they can see other women as well. It's not bothering anybody because unless you're trying to join us as a group, all you get from me is some fun sex, a good time, and that's that. But unless you want to be with us and it works together, like, she's not going anywhere. Because, like I said, we're leaving for two things. She fucks somebody else, or she becomes insufferable. And right now, she's neither of those things. So I'm not going anywhere. You see what I'm saying? So if there's more attractive women, again, why do you expect that man to choose you and only you? That's what I want to understand. Like, make it make sense. That's why I called that this.
Because you're asking that of me. So if I'm one of those, this is a two-way street. If you want me to only be with you, there is no way I'm going to allow you to split yourself outside of this home and be with other women. You don't even realize you're dividing yourself even sexually because, yeah, you can dick me down different, but the amount of cum ain't going to be the same. Sometimes you're going to be tired because you went and fucked somebody else. So no, it's not even a matter of would women do it, because no, we don't want to divide ourselves. We want to give our all and serve one.
Mm-hmm. But we're not like that.
And I understand that, but then you can't be like, well, you can't go do it because
yes, we can, because
it's a double standard.
No, it's not a double standard. It's not a double standard because, again, like I said,
she's providing for you in this home.
Yeah, but she has the opportunity to do that because I'm paying for everything. So she gets to do that with zero stress.
So are you not allowed to have a second woman if you're 50-50? That's what I would like to know. If you're 50-50.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Yeah. Absolutely not.
Oh, so we're basically basing it off of being the sole provider allows you to.
Well, it depends.
Allows you to do what you want.
That's
if I accept you being the sole
life.
provider.
There's a hierarchy in everything that you do. Your boss can tell you to do shit that your coworker can't tell you to do. I do go golf.
Run on court.
Go
Get that
run.
testosterone.
I golf. I work out too.
I guess what you get out of having sex with other
depends
women.
on what the guy sets as a standard and if you want to accept it or not. Because I don't have none of those. I don't have a six-figure resource. I really don't. I'm working my way up there. Right. And to be honest with you, I didn't even at this particular time. I was in a relationship with two women. And I didn't even really have a spot. But the type of person that I am is women. You can either join me because I am focused on a goal. Where I'm at is not where I'm going to be at. Or you can keep it pushing. It doesn't matter to me. Yeah. It really doesn't. Like, yeah. I honestly, I'm better off by myself anyways because it's less distractions.
One woman won't,
but
another will.
Right. And they were willing to do it because they seem to perceive value. So I think guys can be able to set the standards. If women don't bite, then change your standards. But if a guy can have his standards and women still bite, then so be it. Then let it be.
I feel like there's someone out there for everybody. So
I just want y'all to know this.
There's not someone out there for everybody. No, it's not because women outnumber men.
I'm not okay with your lifestyle, but your woman is. So there's someone out there for everybody. That's what I mean by that.
I get that, but that's
the bold statement right there.
But that's not the case because there's a lot of people who can't find anybody.
That's not true. I think it's their expectations. Well, you know what? Yes, you're right. They can't find anyone because their expectations are out of this world.
Because it's a marketplace.
But
people have to bid
women
and
are
bite.
allowed to have these expectations. Women get to short shame. Women get to money shame. Men all the time. But
you just fat shamed earlier. So I mean,
I know, but I also probably gonna get drugged through the mud if I post that shit.
Nah, women be doing it, bro. Y'all be saying some crazy shit.
But you don't see men out here being fat, out of shape, playing video games all day, eating fucking Doritos and Taco Bell, talking about I deserve a bad bitch, bro. I deserve a bad bitch. She needs to come find me. You know what I'm saying? She needs to break down this door and come see me. I deserve it because I'm me.
I'm man.
You know what I mean?
I'm a man.
Like we don't get to say silly shit like that, but women get to not care at all what men want and still think that they deserve the best man. We're talking about the best man. That's where this whole conversation gets skewed a little bit. Is there's not a lot of men that can do what you guys are asking.
I don't think a lot of, except for money, which is a hard one because let's be real, it's just you got to have 7 streams of income to have it. Yeah. And no one wants to hustle like that. So it's one of those situations where I feel like money is everybody's placing value on money. And so it's hard for us to not want that when from youthfulness we're told to find a man who can provide. And so it's like you have to kind of counter society and what they tell you to have. And I don't think a lot of people just aren't free thinkers. So you can go and hustle. Me and my husband literally have gone from both making $15 an hour to now being, as a unit, 6 figures. Yes, of course, he's the 80 and then I'm the almost 50. But it's one of those situations where women have to, we're always like, we don't want to build with a man. We don't want some man who has nothing.
Yeah, you want
but
them
then
already
we
put
have
together.
nothing. And so it's one of those things where we're being super unrealistic. So I understand why you guys are like, well, now that I've gotten here, I'm picking you and you and you. Exactly. I get it. You
Apple
know, it just
can sell at
doesn't-
$100 a stock because it's already proven that it could be worth $100 a stock.
Yeah.
But so what? I didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
but
you did.
I didn't know that you worked with your husband since you guys were making low income all the way up to high income, and I totally respect that, and I appreciate women who can see a potential in a man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because although I do believe that a man can make it without a woman, nothing is better than to be able to have a partnership with a woman who's willing to nourish that. And because when a guy has a sense of responsibility, when he has a woman to provide for and that's looking up to him, that puts more fuel in our tank to be able to go out there and get it. This is why men, if you see in the UFC too, like a lot of men end up getting the belts once they have a kid. Like somebody else other than himself, where they're like, I can't relax because she's relying on me. I can't relax because my kids are relying on me. So I would definitely like to applaud you for that, because I feel like women like you can set that type of standard on that because you worked with him.
Yeah.
Your husband is probably telling everybody like she's been with him through everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I love that woman.
This
Like
day. To this day. To this day.
Real ones. Can I ask you, how did you guys meet or where?
We're high school sweethearts. We've been dating since
You were on this this location.
You're supposed to meet him in high school, girl, and build with him.
he was a man.
You know what I'm saying?
You probably
You
oversaw
friend zoned him.
Yeah.
Can is this working? Yeah, you friend zoned him. He was there. And
I do be friend zoning.
See, look at that.
so you guys gotta cut that shit
What
out.
makes you friend zone someone?
That they're not
No.
attractive.
Okay, let's see this. Good
like
question.
You said, in what makes a woman attractive, the chemistry. That is very huge for me too, because I don't want to force a relationship with a man because he's good looking and he makes money and he dresses well and
if it's
he
not
has
there,
this
it's not.
he has this vision for
Yeah.
future and whatever. He has a nice car.
That
I
sounds like
care about
chemistry.
those- No, Troy. I care about those things, but I don't only care about those things. I also want to be able to vibe and have good conversation and feel like chemistry. I want to.
Okay, but can I stop you? Because coming from a man, that man that you're talking about that you just described, the chemistry that he needs from you is very easy to make, because he's not asking you for what you're asking of him. So the chemistry is, again, be friendly and laugh at his jokes like that.
But force myself?
I mean, I'm not saying force yourself, but if you're physically attracted to him and he's doing everything else, guess what? Hold on.
Are you
hold on,
saying be
hold
more
on, hold on,
receptive?
hold on. No. What I'm saying is if you're physically attracted to a man,
I've never friend zoned somebody that I'm physically attracted to.
first of all, stop yelling at me. I'm just kidding. If you're physically attracted to a man, he does make the money that you desire, and he is charming to a degree.
I would never friend zone a man like that.
No,
I'd be like,
exactly.
Where's my
But,
ring?
okay, but exactly. So what I'm saying is you value those things. What I'm saying is all of those things are such attractive triggers to you that you're going to build that chemistry because you're going to admire him and the things that he can do that other men can't.
We friend zone y'all like
Do you see
first
what I'm saying?
date, so it doesn't.
Well, you friend zone men you're not
doesn't
attracted
build.
to.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
right,
Men
yeah.
have never gone out on a date with zero intention to fuck her.
Find a
Yeah.
friend.
Women do that shit all the time.
You guys don't go on dates with people you're not attracted to.
That's not true.
Oh, I know.
But
I
that's
don't
because
think
you're
guys go on a date
sex
without a girl
zoning
that he
her.
doesn't fuck.
On a date,
Let's be real.
and you are not attracted to her.
It depends. I mean, I may not be as attracted to her as other women. And then that also depends on where the fuck I'm going to take her.
What's the purpose then? Just to be entertained?
It's to have sex.
Yes, because we need to do those things.
So
and
that's only sex zoning her.
Yes, for sure. Even
I'm
for a
sending you blower
$5.
vows now that I got your address.
As friend zoning a guy.
Yeah, but we still have to we have to go as far as a date to put her in sex only zone. You know what I mean? In our mind, she's already there.
Not
but we
necessarily.
haven't-
Netflix and chill has become a thing.
True, no,
Watch a
but
movie.
some women
When
are
sex is
delusional
involved.
enough to have standards to be like, oh, you have to take me somewhere, and I'll be looking at her like, bitch, you're a 4. Like, no, I don't. I don't have to take you anywhere. You know what I mean? First of all, I'm doing you a favor.
Savage.
If I take you somewhere, people are gonna think something's wrong with me, or I owe you money.
Back then, remember in high school, those are the women when you're roommating with your boy, you bring in the back door.
Yeah.
Man, grind.
Hey, no, what? Hey, there's a point. Women don't understand. There's a point where you have to get your nut in order to just to be okay.
That's what your girls
Just to get back to rationality.
And this is a guy who, like, I practiced to be able to the ability years for not just what do they call it, semen retention, right? And there's a certain point that you get to, no matter how hard you try, where everything irritates you. You have your testosterone high, everything aggravates you, and then you just gotta get that.
So it's
nut
like
off.
the male version of PMS.
Yeah.
Yes.
It just takes longer.
Yep. It just takes longer.
It just
Because
takes
I get
longer.
pre-period to where I'm like a dragon.
And everything just irritates. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
understand
if we can't find anybody,
I understand.
we can't find anybody.
You gotta release.
Hey, man.
Even that don't work.
There come them threes. Huh?
Big bitches need love too.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, we've all done it.
They soft.
But
We've all done it. Yeah.
I can't do it.
No?
Not even drunk.
Not even-
I try. There's
Not
times
even
I'm
some
like,
dome
damn,
action?
come on, dude. We put this work in. We put this money in. I spent $200. I'm trying to get an ROI on this.
Not even just some dome action?
Yeah. Oh, let's do it.
Men are crazy. Like, they're so savage.
Hey,
Like, my
there's
pussy will be dry like a Sahara desert. Like, if I'm not attracted to my pussy, the desert.
Yeah, nothing's
we're not the same. That's exactly why cheating. That's exactly why cheating for us is not the same.
Right. You guys need an emotional bond.
Yeah, because majority of mouths and vaginas get the job done. Every dick ain't gonna get the job done. You know what I'm saying? You've been let down a lot by a lot of dicks. You know what I'm saying?
Can we talk about how much work it is too?
Yeah.
Have you ever been too tired to do it? Like it's just like
I can't do that.
cause it's too much that you have to function on to make her satisfied. And if you don't make her satisfied, then she's gonna get mad that you're not trying to have sex with her. Then when you have sex with her, she's gonna get mad that the sex wasn't the same that you had.
Exactly.
It's just like, damn, you just
Can I
she's gonna
ask
tell
something about
everybody
men
that
and the stroke and,
Go ahead.
you know, the physical? I feel like it's not that hard for y'all to stroke a pussy.
You've never been inside of
Is
her.
it really hard to stroke a pussy?
Yes, it's a
Because when
utopia
performance
box.
happens, I feel like, oh, this easy.
It's
Like,
a utopia
you know
box.
what
Oh, yeah, if you were
I
performing,
didn't
let me
need
ask
you
you
to
this
do this
question.
for a whole 5 minutes.
What do you think it is
First of all,
when a
it's
guy's
tiring.
performing?
First of all, it's tiring. Second of all, God knew what he was doing when he made that thing between y'all's legs. He took his time. Okay.
We gotta be
But the better
creative.
the
We have to have
performance, the
tempo.
better
We gotta have to hit it
that,
at different angles. We have to be touching three things
also
at
not-
once.
She still ain't
And we
gonna
have to
come
say something
because
sweet to
only
her.
15% of women come from
That's a
penetration.
fact.
You know what I'm saying? So unless you're playing
That's
with
a
a
fact.
little balloon knot, then you're not getting anything done.
Every
your
limb has to
competitors are
perform an
the
action. Like we're rubbing one way, we're touching another.
Yeah,
We have to say
but-
something.
That brings me to what I wanted to say, and it came up organically. I need all of you, because I'm sure you've all said it before, and I'm pretty sure a lot of men have heard it. Especially if you like this motherfucking man.
right.
Especially if you like this man. Do not ever tell a man that his thing is perfect size. Okay?
oh, I don't baby talk.
Oh,
I'm just saying, like,
I feel like you different.
No,
don't-
I don't baby talk to you.
don't say that. Like that's not a compliment. Like, what's perfect? Like, what that mean, bitch? You have way bigger than me? You had something you couldn't take? You know?
you guys are misreading the perfect. What we're saying is that dick is bomb. It's perfect.
No,
Like,
it's not how it comes off to
You
us.
said you said dick bomb? Exactly.
I know that that's what it means, and most men knows what that's what it means. But we don't get compliments. We'd rather you be scared of our penis.
It's monstrous. Like,
You know what I'm saying?
that.
If you really want to just wow a man, anytime he pulls him over, I'll be like, oh, what am I supposed to do with that?
Pretend to live in the bathroom. Like,
That's telling him it's perfect. It's not a fucking compliment. You know what I'm saying? Because all we can think about is, okay, so somebody's walking around with this fucking 12-inch thing that you tried, you animal, and I'll never live up to that. I don't give a fuck about perfect, bitch. I don't want to be perfect. I want you to be scared of this. I want you to tell me no. That ain't
you
going
want like, don't hurt me.
Exactly. Yeah. Even if you're lying, just hey, that is the one area where men want to be lied to. You know what I mean? You like to women like to men understand that women fall for what they hear. Men fall for what they see. But that is one area where men want to lie. We are the best you've ever had, and it needs period. That is going to boost him, and you'll get a lot out of him. You'll get a lot out of him. Promise you that.
Just cheer him on.
If he thinks he's beating you down, beating that down,
But how am I ever gonna get to my climax if I'm like lying?
Well, no. I mean, you can direct him on how to do that. Because again, majority.
To the bottom, go up, now rub it. Like,
Well, see, that's the thing. That ain't got nothing to do with the penis, because again, only 15% of women are coming from intercourse, penetration.
And I agree.
Because y'all finish too fast.
Agree.
Because most men don't practice semen retention, which okay, we understand. We're from an era of where we jacked off as kids. Like, we were introduced to porn the youngest, probably. Not my kids. I gotta look at Roblox and be like, make sure that's fucking Roblox.
Question for you: did you masturbate as a teenage female?
Absolutely.
I
was introduced to porn, unfortunately, at 12. So.
Bitch, start masturbating, bitch.
I was very.
When'd you start?
I was very young that I questioned how did you know how to do this to me. To be completely honest,
it's because children, when people take away the stigma of it, children naturally touch themselves and explore themselves at a young age.
Yeah.
Like, it's part of your body.
Yeah.
What's this thing that keeps
Puberty.
standing up at 5? So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's us that sexualize that and be like, oh, don't touch yourself, instead of then teaching. That's the perfect moment. That is for you to only touch. Don't let nobody else touch. Don't you touch in front of nobody else. You keep that private. Like, you know what I mean? We're just so taboo over here. In at least,
because I was raised to where it's a sin. That's the devil.
Yes.
Really? You know what I'm saying? That's yes, girl.
Oh yeah, you millennial, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
This the devil.
Yeah. I'm a Seventh-day Adventist.
Millennial.
Raised as one. So
Yeah.
I'm 31, 1991.
It's the devil raised up. That's a sin. Don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
So you did it.
So then
I absolutely did.
You did it,
but I felt
you
dirty.
didn't know what you were doing. You was going to God crying every day. And I was like, why are you crying in your mind? What I touched you?
I be shaking his feelings. And it's natural. I'm going through puberty, like,
Right.
you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sensation.
That was a good one.
Need to know a little better myself.
Nothing wrong with having relations. Don't be ashamed of that. Relations is beautiful. When I was young, I used to always have relations every night.
My question, that's what we're getting to?
Yeah, which one was it?
The improvement.
Oh yeah, who's better at self-improvement, men or women? And we'll start with you.
I believe women.
Wait. Before we do this,
Okay.
rate yourself on a scale from 1 to 10.
I'm a 7.
7. What's?
Yeah. For
like what's our
Looks.
scale?
Oh, I'm a 7. I got crooked teeth, no booty.
I'm like 6.
No, I don't like those numbers. Restart.
No, let that.
No, being 100% transparent. From a society standpoint, a 7.
I'm a 9 because I don't got no titties. I got a big ass though.
Same.
So I'm a solid 9.
Same. Okay, when I see there's these like the street interviews that people do. I see these videos all the time, and they say like rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. They say the number, and then like, do you think somebody else would agree?
Oh yes.
Yes or no?
You gotta
And then
do
they go
that.
ask somebody else, and like show them the picture of the girl or the guy, and they're like, what do you rate this person? And they say this. And when the girls say low, regardless of what they look like, I'm like, I can't resonate with that. And not because of anything about myself, but I just feel like everybody should look at themselves as whole and as a 10.
You can't,
You know?
you can't like
I think
self accountability one.
You can walk around as a 10, but the market is gonna tell you what you are.
I think it's like self-awareness, like
Self-awareness,
we're our worst critic, like bottom line. And then also it's a confidence factor. Like if it's something to where you battle a little bit, it's gonna be a lower rating of yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or if you can't confront your flaw. I know my flaw, I got no breasts. So it's like I confront my flaw. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but like, is that a
But the
flaw
niggas
to
like
you, or is that? But that's the question, you know. Like, what do you rate yourself, and then do you think other people will agree with that? You know, it's like I'll rate myself a 10, but do I think other people will agree with that? It depends on who you ask.
What would you think that people would genuinely say?
I think it depends on who you ask, because
Well, just from your experience, just from your past.
every man has a different type.
Sure.
You know,
Beauty is pretty much objective. Okay, it's all about symmetry and.
But like she said, she doesn't have boobs. I don't have boobs. A man that cares
That's
about
not so if you're gonna say I don't have boobs, then you're not a 10.
No.
What's true?
No. I'm saying there are men who will say because she doesn't have boobs, she's not a 10. There are some men that will say that is
majority of men are going to say you're not a 10.
Me have that answer.
Right.
Okay. Exactly. Which means that majority of society wants to see boobs.
If we question 100 men.
Okay, so you can't be a 10 if society lets you know that small boobs are not the
I don't care.
We all got small titties. Y'all better get with these small
niggas like
titties.
them, but yeah,
I have booties.
I have booties too. I feel like that makes it for
Yes.
like I'm sorry, bitch.
No, you're good.
Don't you just say that?
or do it.
My bad, bruh.
Y'all slap us in basketball. That's y'all. We ain't able to get a little touch.
For real, I'd have gone to jail if I just did that.
just generally answer. How would you generally, if you would just say how the market would view you on an average basis, where would you say amongst all the other women?
When I'm like ready and put together and like at my best,
Doing your boss shit.
it's hard for me not to give myself a 10.
Give it to yourself.
Like that's just where I'm at mentally.
I wake up at 7. I get this together. I'm a 10.
Thank you. When we're waking up, that's a different story. When I'm fully put together,
You still can look at me
like for such a long time when I answer, but I feel like I'm not gonna say that.
Just say it.
I think everybody should give themselves a 10. though.
But that's stupid because everybody's not perfect.
Okay,
That's what a 10 is. A
perfect.
10 out of 10 is essentially perfect.
Let her feel that.
Really, nigga?
Let her feel that.
Okay,
We're being honest here, right, ma'am?
We've got everybody's ratings. Now, who's better at self-improvement, men or women? Wait. Rate yourself.
To be honest, I was wishing that you don't say that because I don't know where I am at. I honestly, I look at how women view me.
Okay.
I don't know. I really don't know. If I were to say how women view me in my experience, but I don't know
That's
how
what
other
you
men in
asked.
the world is. A 7? I'll say I'm a 7.
Wait, but is that the question? How other people view you, or how you view yourself? Like, what
how
do you
people
think
view
you
you.
are, or what do you
People
think
view you.
other?
It's a
How
market.
people view you are because what you think,
Marketplace.
if you're going to say you're a 10, again, you're not perfect. So you're just saying that because it's like the politically correct thing to say, the confident thing, so you don't seem like you don't love yourself.
But she might feel that.
Sure, but
But we're talking about
we'll
looks.
get back there.
Right?
Yeah, and we're talking about looks.
Just looks 7. Yeah. Just looks. If I have to view.
So not big me down, not the struggle. Go ahead.
She was.
I'd give myself a 7.5 based on height alone.
What?
Height alone.
Stop the
In comparison to the Chads of the world, those handsome ass chiseled, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Strong ass jawline, abs and all that shit.
So annoying. Jaws.
Hey, it just is what it is. You know what I mean? Those the model man. I'm not that, but I am noticed in every room I walk in, so I'll give myself a 7.5. Now that being said, who's better at self-improvement, men or women?
I believe women, only because when we choose to self-improve, it's in all aspects. Like almost like a man kind of like focuses kind of like, oh, just on my money and my looks, but like a woman, it's like my money, my looks, and my spiritual. You know what I mean? And so that's why I say us. Yep, solid answer.
I agree. Women, and basically that. I think we venture into the whole scale of self-improvement instead of just one particular area.
I'm torn. because I've seen men really show up and really
Especially lately.
dedicatedly serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I feel like it's 50-50 for me.
I agree with you based off of when women are like, okay, you know what, like I'm gonna get myself together. I think we focus on more aspects of life than just physical and money. I think the physical or the spiritual is a huge part for women that men don't necessarily focus on when they think I need to improve. Some do, but I don't think as much as women that they're like, you know what, I'm gonna get into meditation, I'm gonna get into yoga, I'm gonna get into journaling, I'm gonna get into walking in nature. Like men, I don't really see a lot of men doing that as women do. So yeah, I think women are better at that.
Don't you be over there looking up some statistics?
The reason why I said 50-50 is because my previous person, he was with 50-50 because I'm gonna give him that. I'm gonna give.
Pause the live feed. It's good now. Oh, it's good?
Yeah.
What happened?
All right.
So when this blinks, it starts to glitch. So when we talk, it's like.
Yeah, on the other side for the other people viewing, it's like.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a little choppy. But we've figured out how to do it without having to restart a whole new shit. Because we've had to like close out and be like, yo, we're coming back. But anyway, who do you think self-improves more?
Hands down, men.
And why?
Because I think, generally speaking, we need to have an incentive in order to self-improve, right? And since the world doesn't love a man who doesn't have anything to provide, even their parents will kick a man out early, but allow the woman to stay in the household, right? And every time a guy approaches a woman and he gets denied, he has to change something about himself in order to start being more accepted by women, right? And I think women, so a guy has to self-improve, and then guys are competing with other men. So if not even I, but other men, we walk into a room, we see another guy that's stronger than us. Guys feel that, whether they want to say it or not. Guys are not going to admit it. He's going to have to improve himself physically. Well, if a guy can talk better than him, then he's going to have to improve himself that way. And like I said before, it's like when you just guy that's good looking is not just going to pull women. Eventually, women get older. And when women are young, they're going to accept the guy just good looks. And then they eventually get older and they want more criteria. So then a guy has to not only be good looking, he has to have other things on his plate just to be able to pull some women, right? And lastly, I want to say that women are at a disadvantage, at least when it comes to self-improvement, because the whole world lies to them. Women agree with women. It's just in their nature to pull each other up. Girl, don't say you're not a 7, you're a 10.
Yeah, you guys all
right?
just did it. Matter of fact, all of your answers have been just to agree. No, that's not a problem. But what he's saying makes sense because you guys all agreed with each other without even having to think about it. Like what she said sounds great. Women, you know what I mean?
Well, I did try to answer my first question differently and got interrupted. So
I apologize.
Compassion, things that I find attractive.
I was just giving you a hard time.
But lastly, so not only do women lie to each other to put each other up, businesses lie, right? Businesses lie to women so that the women could spend and be more consumer basis. And then men lie so that a lot of men don't have a lot of opportunity. There's a lot of men who go years unintentionally sexless. So when he gets that one girl, he's going to say whatever you want to hear to be able to get into those pants. So you got men that lie to you, women that lie to you, and then businesses that lie to you. So I think women are at advantage. So if you don't see nothing wrong, then you're not going to change anything that you don't see that's wrong.
If you put it like that.
Yeah.
Hey, you too hype.
That's just logic. That's just looking at it from a logical perspective, and that's the reason why I think so.
Yeah, and
what do we do with that?
To go even further, men have to self-improve because the world will show a man that he ain't shit if he doesn't provide something. You see what I'm saying? When a man is a loser, everyone knows it. When a woman's a loser, she can still find a man because she has what men want. Like, if you've got a functional vagina, you should not be homeless.
Even if you got 4 kids, 4 baby daddies.
Yes,
Well,
somebody.
You ain't got no car.
Somebody, yes, somebody. Especially if you look good enough, you know what I'm saying? Hey, somebody will take you in. Now, that being said, you know, even with the rating system, that's why I asked that first, just to see what you guys were going to rate yourself. You can't self-improve if you're a 10. That means you're perfect. So you're not even looking to self-improve because you think you're perfect.
I always am.
I know, baby.
I'm working on that right now.
But you can't work on being perfect. If you're perfect, you're perfect. There's no self-improvement.
But we didn't say like emotional
Yeah, I don't think I'm perfect.
contribution.
Emotional.
Me saying 10 out of 10 did not mean that I
that
think I'm
formulates.
perfect.
But that's what that means.
Yeah.
If you
Correct.
get 10 out of a 10 on a test, you got 100%.
Make it make sense.
I'll rep that bitch in 5.
That's the thing. Again, the lies that you were told were telling you to have that value in yourself. No, you're not a 10. 10s don't fucking exist because no one is perfect. Okay? So, at
But
best...
that wasn't the question. Do you think you're perfect
You
or
asked
not?
her.
No, we said the
to
marketplace.
say
If men were looking at you, what would they perceive you as?
That's not what he asked. He said rate yourself.
That's
on
what
your
we said
mental.
multiple times. The
And
marketplace.
she rated herself perfect. You rated yourself 9.5. You know what I'm saying? So you're saying
She said
that
the
the
0.5
only
my
thing
money.
that you need to improve physically is
You know
having
what I'm
bigger
saying?
boobs.
That's it. I can go to the doctor.
But
After I get this bag.
but there's women with big boobs, big butts, pretty faces who aren't 10s.
Right.
Why? Why aren't they 10 still?
Because their
Because-
personality
No,
sucks.
it's not even that. Because even
What is it?
physically, they're still not
What's wrong with
perfect.
them? They just look a little too fake.
No, it doesn't matter.
Let me know.
I just want to pick his brain. I want to understand.
It's just the simple fact that nobody's perfect. She could be a 9.9. She could be a 9.8 physically, but she's not perfect. One of her eyebrows is
Stop. You're being too analytical.
I'm just saying, it's just the truth. You know what I'm saying? It's just the objective truth. Her nostrils are too big.
One nostril's
you know
bigger
what I'm
than the
saying?
other.
One eye's a little lower than the other. You know what I'm saying? Like, she bad though.
We'll turn a blind eye
You know
to
what I'm
it.
saying?
She got a back chip tooth in the back.
Her index toe goes way further than her big toe. You know what I'm
Like,
saying?
every time you're around me, you get drunk. That's why.
Wait, that got nothing to do with how she looks.
Yeah,
I gotta contend with the way you look.
I have nothing to do with how she
you know
looks.
what I'm saying? Her tongue is too close to.
Hey, but guy, we be finding any reason, don't we? It's like she ugly, but her ears look nice. We be finding.
Yes, they do. Yes, yes.
Guys be finding any reason. Her shoulders look good. Like,
But
Just cut the lights
Yes,
out.
I have hella homeboys, and it's crazy here.
no, but what I was
Wait, about
more to
Women,
his
yes.
point. More to his point is men have to self improve because if we don't get better, we fall behind. Life's not fair. Life's not equal. Men and women aren't equal. Men and men aren't equal. Okay, we're all competing. Life is a competition, and as men, you get nothing if you don't compete. You just become. You just become left behind if you don't compete. So men constantly have to get better, whether that's physically, like he said, being a better speaker, being more intelligent, being more interesting, being more successful at your job.
Self-improvement's almost forced upon you guys.
Absolutely.
Versus that's why I think that's why we
They already
kind
have a
of
household.
almost do it better because it can we're allowed to have the space to want to do it, and so.
But most women don't. Most women are fine just being pretty bitches.
This is true because y'all allow it and just told us to only be a pretty bitch.
Exactly. So, okay. So that just goes to prove my point that women are not
did
better
say
at
that.
self-improvement. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to. Women live life on easy mode. At the end of the day, you guys have so many opportunities at your fingertips all the time.
That's true.
And most of you guys choose not to use any of them.
I feel like if you have morals, you don't have those tools at your fingertips. Not in
still
this
do.
generation.
A guy
it's
is
only
willing-
fan bitches. It's bust down bitches.
no, a
prostitute
guy
bitches.
is willing to do
It's hard to
whatever.
do
If he
when you're
sees
not like
you
that.
with a broken tire or a flat tire, he's willing to pull it. Women, if you're just wait, listen, if you're pretty and you're just being feminine, I'm telling you, women, right now, just from being feminine alone, automatically makes a guy want to stand up and help you guys
We talked
out.
about this last week.
your truth.
I am so focused on gender roles, like you said, and being in my feminine and attracting a masculine man. Okay, and like I said, I think I'm pretty. Okay, I think somewhat I'm pretty, and I think that I know that
You done got with a nigga, now you talking about you fucked up my self-esteem. Bitch, it's called self-esteem.
Okay, so with,
You are pretty. Go ahead.
Thank you. So with those two things of being feminine, and I used to be masculine, and I had to realize like that's not where I want to be, and I know if I want a masculine man that I can't be masculine. I need to get back to my feminine energy. But even being with my feminine and being pretty, I still find it difficult to attract that masculine man that I'm looking for. That will, like, what did you say? Change my tire?
If you're in distraught, he feels like
He was more or less saying, he was more or less saying if you got a flat and were stranded on the road, some man's gonna stop and help you.
See, even in the 50s, women knew that, right? In the 50s, women would play that game of being feminine just to get stuff done.
I'm gonna tell you that now. He might be a little creepy.
Now we just have AAA.
He might be a little high on a van.
I'm scared.
Yeah.
I mean, prime example. Remember when you bought all those TVs? Did I not offer to hang them up for you? Those TVs, or when you bought your TV, did I not offer to hang it up for you?
He said all them TVs.
You got like a boom, boom, boom.
He's so annoying talking about all them TVs.
That's a point proven right there.
Like they're there, you know what I mean? It's just,
you know.
I mean, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of men that aren't skilled, who can't do a lot of handiwork. That's a shame.
Hey, I can't.
What happened is women. What happened is women
we like
initiate 70 to 80% of divorces and breakups.
Oh my!
And are raising,
how you gonna blame us now because y'all don't mount the damn fucking shit?
Because y'all are raising these weak ass men who don't have tools.
Because their dad isn't there.
Women left.
Where the dad at? Didn't nobody tell y'all to leave the kids?
No, the woman did. A lot of women in those situations use the kid as a tool to hurt that man.
Men make y'all. We gonna stop using that.
And
men can take a woman to court and tell that judge, "I want my child." You guys are allowing us.
No, the court. I would say this.
Child.
I would say this. My brother, just from off of experience. First, I say, where is the men at? Is I thought about. We have to think about the 90s too, right? We have to think about our fathers' fathers, right? So we had World War I, we had World War II, then we had Vietnam War, and then we had the Iraq War in the 90s, right? Mm-hmm. So, and then we went to back to Iraq in 2001. So a lot of men were fighting wars, and then the men who weren't fighting wars that had the potential to be dominant men or alpha type men, those are the men that didn't have father figures. So those are the ones that ended up in jail too, as well. So women are the ones that are in school teaching men, and then women are the ones, mothers that are in the household telling men how to pick up women.
But y'all
and
don't
so
want us
they
to be
led us
masculine.
wrong in that way. We don't want you guys to be masculine.
So masculine, and you can't raise a man by yourself.
You can't raise a man. So that's why.
I'm not absolving the deadbeats for not handling their business, but a lot of women have weaponized child support, the court system, and just custody of children in order to keep and just making it difficult for that man because of how hurt she is. There is nothing like a woman scorned, and women who are hurt because she had to start over from scratch and make shit happen now with kids, and dating is going to be difficult. She's going to make that man as miserable as she feels, and a lot of women have used custody and held those kids hostage to where a man just says fuck it,
and the courts.
Why just say fuck it?
No,
like
you're right.
These are the seeds.
You're right. I'm not absolving.
Like, this is the fruit of your
I'm not
loins.
absolving those men of that. But also, women are so nurturing that they also take back the kids sometimes when it is time to give that boy to the mom, because that boy starts crying to mommy that daddy's too tough. So she's like, "Well, come back home then." You see what I'm saying? And enable that boy to be weak as shit. And that's where you get these men today who don't have tools, who don't know how to fix anything around the house.
Change a fucking tire. I know
who can't change a tire. You know, because I mean, I heard a story like that this past weekend. Mom said this boy's getting out of hand. Send him to the dad. Dad instilled rules and discipline and all this other stuff. This little nigga started crying about it to mom. Mom left where she stayed in a whole other state and withdrew that boy from school and took him back to where she lived.
But you know what? I feel like these millennial Generation Z ass, bitch ass mamas, they not solid. Like it's not solid. Like Listen, I've seen households being torn apart, and the father still plays a part and still plays a role. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm a 90s baby, and I've seen it. So, proof's in the pudding. It's possible.
And I just want to add context when I mentioned my brother, too, is like my brother had to go to the court cases, and he was actively fighting. And just like Troy said, he had to keep jumping through hoops. Not only did he have to go to one course for anger management or whatever, then they had him, once he completed that, they added on, out of nowhere, another course and then another course. And at what point does a guy have to show that he's willing to take on his kids? So, and let's say that, right? The court cases have an incentive because the court is like, women, put your men on child support so that, and then women have an incentive because they can rely on government, they can rely on the man as a child support, and then the money, the state is making money off of child support too.
Household.
Yeah. So the guy is going against the court, not women. So when guys are like, hey, and my brother I told my brother to do this with his girl, and he tried to do this. It's like, hey, let's not involve the courts because the courts have their own perception and
agenda.
Yeah, and their own agenda. And when she wanted to be free of the courts and she didn't want to continue the case, the courts still maintain it. And now she's jumping through those same hoops.
He said weaponized, right?
Yes.
The system makes it to where it's a revolving door.
And that's why we
always need them once you involve them.
Right,
again,
and that's why we have this podcast.
You gotta understand when that breakup happens, people are hurt. Hurt people. Mm-hmm. So that hurt woman wants to hurt that man.
It's a domino effect.
Yes. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So court is a valuable weapon for a woman to use to cripple that man and his duties to handle his business. That doesn't mean that he can't and shouldn't and try, but I mean, even child support alone. Like, I just found this out today. If a woman wants to go buy a house, that child support counts as income.
It can.
Absolutely.
What?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Because you're getting it monthly.
Absolutely.
If you get it, that's supposed
to be the kid's income.
It's supposed to be, but it's at the end of the day, it's
household income.
That's
and
wild.
It's tax.
Exactly.
So
if that
takes care
that's
of the child.
money that he can't apply towards a loan.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? So if he's paying $250 to $400 or whatever a month for kids, she's getting $400 extra that she can put towards that loan on that house. He is losing $400 that he can put up for him. You know what I'm saying? So, but see, these are things that most people don't take into consideration because, again, you were hurt and nobody angry makes good decisions. So you've got
I wouldn't do child support.
Some states require it. Like, it's almost like it's like they're like, well, at least 25%. Like, Arizona is one of those states where it kind of almost requires it, and then it's based off of how much time the child has spent in each home. So that's where most homes need to do 50-50. Honestly, if I had my dude on child support, we both have access to that account.
I'm a lie.
Because it's for the child.
I don't know where he at. And he gonna come get them every weekend, but I don't know where he at.
And I think that's the issue.
You don't have to go to court. So
she's saying because some states require, but I'm going to lie and act like I don't know where to do.
No, what I'm saying is if you go to court, some states require the child support.
Yeah.
If you choose to go to court, they find you.
You don't have to go to court.
They're knocking on your door.
Right. We know you got baby in the house.
In there.
I've got two other children.
Costco's buying that milk.
Wait, soon as she started talking about they make your like,
if you go through court,
you can tell I'm not no mama.
No, I have two other children, and we've never set foot in a court, and we're not gonna. There's one deal breaker for me, but
which is
can't move out of state.
No.
Oh, really?
We haven't discussed that, but I don't. I could make that work.
Okay.
But the deal breaker is I will take your ass to court if you let somebody else cut this boy's hair. That's my motherfucking son.
I thought it was gonna be something crazy.
He put his foot down on the stepping out
this
and
is
all
a
that.
true barber. Heart.
This man said, if you dare think your ass gonna pass somebody pick up some clippers.
That's like cheating,
You gonna go pay somebody else for
right.
And it's a bonding experience for you guys.
Right.
So. That's my motherfucking son.
It don't make sense, but it's funny.
He said that's my motherfucking son.
But no, we have a fucking awesome relationship. We're all in a group chat. Me and her man get along.
I don't even have kids.
But even that, like, there was no way. I always wanted to be a father. There was no way, regardless of what happened between us, she was going to be able to keep those kids away.
Was that immediate, the relationship, or did it take some time to get there?
Her and I have always been good with the co-parenting, but when we started dating other people, it was interesting. Like, me and her man took forever to meet.
It put a strain on it.
And then when we finally did, it was all good. But Like she met her way before me and her man met.
Adulting.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, the biggest thing is those are my kids, and you're never gonna take them from me. She's got it good because I wanted to be a fucking father. I ain't never told her no, and I'm not gonna. You know what I mean? Like, I don't go nowhere, so like, if she wants to go out of town and she's like, "Hey, can you watch the kids next day?" Got you.
I appreciate that statement of him wanting to be a father because these motherfucking hoes, they always trying to force a baby on someone to keep a nigga.
Mm-hmm. He will literally tell you, I don't want that
That's
child.
not gonna keep a man.
And then be mad 9 months later.
When he
like,
don't
I'm glad we were having this
When
conversation.
he don't show up, it's like, bitch, how you got amnesia?
Yeah.
That's a big problem too. Because
Do you guys believe my body, my choice?
I do.
Yes, as in I
I
should be
do.
able to get
I do.
like an abortion.
Yeah. So if a guy,
A
my
man
body, my
can't
choice
make
is like
one, so
a
he
guy's
can't
like,
tell
hey,
a
listen, I don't want to have a kid, but you say yes.
It's only because I'm biased because a man can't make one, so he shouldn't be able to tell a woman how.
Okay,
and where
well,
to create one.
can I
Tupac?
say then my money, my choice?
Absolutely.
Why are we
I
talking
believe
about
that if you get pregnant, sorry ladies, but if you get pregnant by a man who from the jump was like, shorty, no, and you decide to carry that child, I feel like states should allow men to waive their rights. You chose to have that child.
States do.
Not all.
Which they don't, because I done seen a lot of niggas sign their rights
It's
over.
one of those. we can look it up, but not all states
No, they
allow
can't.
you to waive your
It must be
rights.
in the South some slave shit over
Sign
there.
their rights over. Say
Yeah.
like that. I
Sign
don't
away.
want
That's
to take
not
my
my
kid.
child.
I told you I don't want
like,
this
I'm
child.
I hope someone I'm about to speak on never
Really?
sees this. But
I
I
did
am, but
not
I'm
know
not.
that was a thing.
My relative did that. I have a relative who stepped out, committed adultery, and had a baby with a little side bitch. His wife is the one who advocated for him signing his rights. As a weakling, I'm sorry, that's my relative. I feel like it was weak because his wife coerced him to do it, and he signed his rights over.
So the
then you
selfish
don't-
reason
so-
why she wanted
But you can
that.
step out and shake that dick and put it in someone, but now you cannot stand on your responsibility 10 toes.
So what
Because
does
I don't-
signing that mean? It means no child support.
No,
or
nothing. They
like,
can't
no
come after you
custody?
because that's not your fucking kid no more.
How? I am.
Girl, it's a law.
That's just like getting into every consequence pretty much has a write-off. You get a DUI, you go to court, it's done with. You get involved with drugs, you go to jail for a little bit, it's done
done
with.
with. Yes.
Sex is one of the only things, and obviously we're consenting
baby?
to
I did
sex.
not know that.
Yes,
But
baby.
it's one of those
Yes.
things where absolutely, if me and you did not, we consented to sex, but that, and obviously sex is meant to procreate. So you're almost saying you consented to a baby, but not necessarily. So I feel like, yeah, it's a joint decision. And if you decided yes and I decided no, deuces to
He
you in
could
that
peace
baby.
out.
fair.
He
See,
could
I
peace
like
out
that.
on that. He can go away. And it's not every state, it's some states. But they can definitely make a choice to where they don't want to fucking deal with it. California is one of them.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying is if I'm fine with my body, my choice, but it should be my wallet, my choice. You know what I mean? Like, because men don't have any reproductive rights. We don't have any say on what you do. What if I want the kid and you don't?
Right. There's scenarios
You
that have
lied.
happened like that too.
I have a friend who kept the baby, and she's the one that waived her rights. So yeah, and the dude has a kid. So yeah, that it absolutely happens.
Really?
Yeah,
She
yeah.
gave birth and was like,
because
"Here you
not
go."
everybody is
Wait,
meant.
Vice versa?
Vice versa, because not everybody's meant to be a mother.
Am I the only one who feels
I'm
like
adopted.
that's wrong as fuck?
Yes.
I'm adopted, so
Because
I
like
think I have a more
maternal
clear
instinct is supposed to
understanding
be
of it.
like
No,
I
it's
can't
not.
imagine going forth with pregnancy,
came from you.
That will crush
giving
me.
birth, and then giving it to the man.
that will crush my spirit.
I mean,
Cannot imagine.
there's
Some people
women that
aren't in
ready.
a financial position. They're not.
Mental.
They're not in position. Women do it all.
The
Like,
man
I get
provides.
adoption all day, but to give up to the
Adoption
partner,
is different.
To give up to the partner is obscene.
but I mean, it's no
in my
different than
opinion.
adoption.
Yeah, it's no different than
You're just
adoption,
allowing the man to adopt the child. Because
But now it's like that half a person is their legitimate parent. I feel like the longing for the child is worse.
You say what?
With a man.
The longing for the child,
With a
like
man.
wanting the mother, because now half of the paternal contribution is here present as a parent. So now it's like the longing for the child. I feel like it's worse. Like adoption, they still long for their like paternal parent. It's just that's just what's in them. But if you have one half of it, I feel like it's even worse for the child.
So do you think like it's worse for the child to be just with the dad than just with the mom?
I feel like because our maternal instinct is more of like,
we're more nurturers.
Yeah, I feel like it's a little different.
Single fathers do significantly better than single mothers.
Oh my God, where'd you pull this from? Where'd you pull this? Your brain from a Long Beach hat, or you got it from the computer?
What did you
I
say?
got it from the computer. Single fathers do statistically better than single mothers.
And what's the reason for that?
Single
Like
parent
from
families.
like from like money or from a
What measurement? Is
yeah,
that
like what
specific?
measurement? Yeah.
There you go.
Say
That's
that
a good
again?
question.
Like what measure? Like what
they're
in
using.
what areas are they better? Because I can see them being a better provider because you guys just naturally make more.
Just in general, like I mean, I don't feel like if Dennison wants to, he can pull the damn TikTok up. But
Please.
Are we going off of TikTok?
Well,
I'm just
saying there's stats that that
someone
they
has
have
shared.
70. It's something like 71% of runaways are from single mother households. 76% of people in prison are from single mother households. Like 56% of
that's because moms have the kids, so that's why that number would be skewed that way. It's
no in comparison to the fathers that have the kids too.
Yeah.
Not because there's more women with kids. It's just a simple fact that women raising the children, we just discussed it.
It's the discipline thing. Like,
I've
got boys.
We literally just discussed why these men are so weak and unskilled, and these women are whores now and wearing. Well, you guys were talking about it when I was over there. Wearing lingerie out to dates and things like that. Like
the broken
household. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? But that's because there's no man in the house to instill the discipline.
Yeah.
Women are nurturers, but the nurturing also becomes enabling. Yeah. And when you enable these boys and girls to do whatever the fuck they want, you get 42 genders. And you get
He's so funny.
I'm just saying you get
not 42
for real, you know what I'm saying?
Can I MP really quickly?
Go ahead.
So I have to leave so I have to pick someone up, but I really appreciate you having me here. I really enjoyed this as my first podcast experience. I don't know if you're gonna keep this one here, but I want to pay homage for you allowing me in your home and allow me to experience this and do this.
No doubt.
Make it make sense. You feel me?
Yeah.
I support the brand.
Thank you for coming. Hope you had a good time. We can actually call it. I mean, we've been going for 2 hours. But just some more good conversation, guys. We will catch you next week.
Hey, can we do that? Do you want to do that real quick wrap up of like see what we have got from this?
Yeah. We can do that real quick. We're gonna go back around real quick and just ask the panelists what they've learned or what they took from today's episode, and we're gonna take that into future episodes. So, what did you pick up from our conversation today? Something that stood out, or that you may have learned, or now you look at a different way.
That we don't need to be the same, because I think that sometimes we want to equalize, but I think we need us separate because we balance each other out when we're separate, and when we're trying to both live in this masculine trait or some of these men and feminine traits, you then don't. It's an imbalance. So definitely, I would say we don't need to be equal.
Answer. My takeaway is probably the perspective of self-improvement for men, because I hadn't really thought about the need or push to always have to improve. So that's huge. I think I'd be like way more mindful of things too, just with that perspective alone. So
For sure. We'll wait for PK to come back and answer this. You can bring your chips with you.
She's snapping.
Okay. Before we wrap up, we just wanted to know what's your biggest takeaway from tonight's episode. What stood out for you in today's conversation? Something that you look at differently now.
I gotta look back at the question. Yeah.
We didn't even
Okay,
do
well,
those.
those are all those. Who takes cheating worse? What does it take for a man to be attractive? Who's better at self-improvement? I just like, these aren't conversations that just naturally happen. So I like to hear from a man's perspective everything that we talked about, because I don't naturally have these conversations with men or women, really. Even my girlfriends, you know, we don't just talk about like, hey, who do you think takes a breakup worse, or who do you think does this or does that, you know? So everything that we talked about and just learning the male perspective on it, I think is beneficial for me personally, because I just find value in that, and I just do like to know that without being in the situation and then learning it by just talking about it with men.
Yeah, getting some insight.
Right.
Before.
Yeah.
You go. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. The point of this is so we can make it easier for dating, relationships, and marriage. I'm sure that some of the things today you can take into your marriage and look at a little bit different, and maybe even appreciate some of the things that you may have overlooked. You know, and vice versa. If he were to watch, you know what I mean, appreciate some of the things that you do that other women do not do. You know what I mean?
You hear that, Dre?
Or don't understand. Yeah, that was my main goal, and him and I are actually gonna. Matter of fact, we'll say that too. I've found my co-host, my man James over here.
I wish I had the whiskey glass. Cheers.
Congratulations.
Cheers, baby.
Oh yes.
Yeah, what we're gonna try and do a separate podcast with just him and I, so we can help men improve in all aspects, in fitness, finances, game, mental health, all of these things, in order to make it easier for them to acquire the women that they're looking for, be better for themselves, so they don't have to negotiate with unrealistic standards. But yeah, the goal for this particular podcast was to point out some of the things that both sides have never really looked at. More so women, because women don't necessarily need to know what men want, because men holler at you anyway, which is why some of the things that I've said have come off so, what? You know what I mean? Because y'all lie. Because you always get attention, so you don't realize what men are actually looking for. Because men say what they need to, because women fall in love with what they hear. But that's the thing. Men have understood that we have to understand women to get women. You don't have to understand men to get men. You see what I'm saying? So,
but to keep them.
Right.
You do have to understand to keep them, which is why I wanted to do this, so that your next relationship endeavor goes a bit smoother, and
I can't wait.
Yeah, and you can vet men better. You can be more realistic with yourself on what can actually happen or what is really gonna happen. You see what I'm saying? Because again, possibilities and probabilities are two completely different things. You know, it's possible to do everything. The probability of it happening, I mean, that's completely up to you and the amount of work that you're willing to do, or the amount of sacrifice that you're willing to take or put in, and how long that may take for you to actually get what you're looking for. You see what I'm saying? Society has drilled this whole monogamy thing into everybody's head, and not saying that I'm against it or that it's unnatural. What I am saying is that the odds of you getting that from the man you love, admire, and respect is slimmer than, you know, putting up with the man you love, admire, and respect and the things that come with that. You buy a Ferrari, you got Ferrari oil changes, you got Ferrari broken engine parts that you have to pay for. Those are the problems that come with it. You see what I'm saying? You buy your dream home. That AC ain't cheap. You know what I'm saying? It's
solar.
Hey, whatever it is, something break, water heaters in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? The foundation crack. You know what I mean? Those are the problems you signed up for, because it's more value. You get more bang for your buck. You see what I'm saying? But you have to work harder to maintain it, right? Now, if you want somebody faithful, lower your standards on the other things that you want, because women don't want a man that other women don't want. But if you don't want to be cheated on, then find one that other women don't want. It's very fucking simple. It's not that damn hard. Go get you a little.
Can we close on other advice?
No, because
Besides-
if you're that man you want.
Do you want the fact that you're going to be cheated on?
Yes.
I don't want
that
it.
masculine man that you want that's not going to cheat on you is taking tickets at Harkins. You go grab him and
I'm okay to build. Y'all better start building, ladies.
He's a ticket taker at Harkins. Don't nobody want him to look past his ass.
That's not the man I want.
I like movies.
He's not gonna cheat on
Saying
you.
those are the ones that don't cheat.
Smells like
And they still cheat too.
But we're out of here.
You got all those girls coming to the movie theater. You got options.
Play that beat. Run that beat back.